Welcome back to another episode of the Party Crew D&D. So last we left off, the morning forum had just concluded at the GodCon in the Tower of Telethos. And so some things were dropped. The manifesto of the Pale Rider was released, and so some of his ideals were kind of laid out in that and his plans. So that was pretty heavy stuff. The fall of Narncross was discussed. Um, Marshall and also the girl that he is with, Seely, kind of stepped up and discussed that a little bit. And you guys kind of threw out that you knew there was a new Sunder that had opened. Silas kind of shared that information, and kind of the whole Madeira Shashkar situation. So, after all of this, Dragoth, kind of the leader, or at least the moderator of the forum, kind of says that there's going to be a break. So everybody kind of has recessed, and you're kind of in the main atrium with the brain, um, kind of in the center, and everyone is kind of standing around chattering, very quietly about things that they've heard. Everybody's pretty everyone's pretty stoic at this time. You see in a lot of people's hands, they have kind of the printed manifesto and kind of are reading over that and stuff. So you guys are sitting together in your little group, and that is where we will start.
So, my main question is we know that Narn Cross would seem to be the epicenter of like where astral plane teleportation could, like, it was kind of like that nucleus, and then, right?
Talking to Emma or us?
I don't know.
To each other, talk to each other.
But
sounded
okay.
sounded like that. Yeah, they have some special ability in non-cross to easily access teleportation.
So, does that mean that they can only teleport through Sunders, or can they just teleport anywhere they want to? Like, do we know
Well,
how that works?
what I know, like the basic function of like teleportation circles.
Yes.
Well, teleportation circles, is they're locked to a position. You inscribe the circle of that location and cast a spell, and you go there. And so it's
Okay.
seeming like somehow what he was saying, they were able to kind of somewhere in the middle, that connection between one point and the other, hijack it and cut through the astral plane somewhere, which I don't really know much about. Silas, does that have you ever done that before?
I'm wrestling with my camera right now.
That's okay.
Sure. I kind of missed it. Sorry.
Have you ever like hijacked some sort of teleportation link within the astral plane or something?
I don't think that's something I've done before. Uh, no, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It would be difficult.
Well, but it does seem like it would be quite difficult.
Hmm.
My main concern is if he can do that and hijack and just go wherever these teleportation circles are. I mean, he'd almost be not omnipotent, but
You can just go out wherever, whenever, and all these places are going to be within city walls, and his whole army will just teleport inside the wall.
right. So should the council's main concern be to first like somehow block him from the ability of entering? Like can we just
That's
erase the circles?
that's an idea. Maybe some way to file them and mess them up, or they're not linked anymore, don't work anymore.
Like, light the flames of Gondor. Sorry, that's not.
I don't know.
No, that's that. Never mind. That's Helen breaking fourth wall. Anyway, But yeah, I think that's should be our main concern. I'm kind of surprised people don't seem to be more up in arms about this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, doesn't seem to be a lot of like not panic. Nobody wants panic. But this assembly, it's like this decorum, this, does anything really get done? Is my main issue, or do they just sit here and kind of check the list of like, oh, we talked about it, we addressed it?
Don't know.
Anywho, do we know what's going to be talked about next in this next session at all?
Yes. Ooh.
I know I have the file on my computer somewhere, but I'm lazy.
That's okay. I got it.
I think I have it somewhere.
Okay. So at first they discussed the fall of Narncross, they discussed the new Sunders, and then kind of part of Azimentus was discussed. Kind of the last piece at hand is Ethael, which is not really anything you guys are familiar with, but there are some people from that region that apparently there's something they wish to speak about.
Do I know a little? I know a little, right?
Yeah, you'd probably know a little bit more than the average bear here.
Definitely more than me.
Yeah, definitely more than the rest of you.
Well, I mean, just it's kind of odd that all these aspects bring their champions together to talk about the Pale Rider.
Well, yeah, it's the apparent threat of the land.
Like, why? I can see the aspects, but why do they care? Why isn't it like the government's?
Why the individual? Well, has it always like? Is this how the nation's disputes reconciled? Is through this conference?
I don't know.
Maynard, you'd probably know. The individual states of Lycosium don't always communicate very well with each other, and that could also be why there was not help sent sooner to Narncross. They had kind of reached out to Ilijan, but there's not really a unifying council or any sort of thing within this continent in particular. Astradi is very well set up. All of the different houses convene, and they would be definitely on top of this. So to you, this almost seems like a failing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Lycosium City, where Buddy's from, over on the coast, and they're like a big, massive, like, um, it's almost like all of these different cities kind of are in their own little bubble. Ilijan is kind of in their own little like university and like magic bubble, and Lycosium's in their like little tech bubble, and Narncross was kind of in their own little bubble. They were more apt to relate to Kerverell, but once again, nobody ever sent help or anything. So
Now, is there like any sort of like there's kind of the three countries. You got what is it, Caravarel, Astradi, and Lycosium. Do any of those have like a through the whole country like a unified military?
Astradi definitely would have the best. Like they would be the best at kind of getting all their troops together and assembling in pretty short notice. Kervarel, the only central government, is Herath Abbey, and even so, they don't control the whole continent. A lot of the continent is these massive forests with these individual tribes, like where Elodia's from. But the church is kind of the biggest form of government, if you would call it that, in that region.
Yeah.
What's Astradi's relationship with Caravarel and Lycosium?
Well, if you think about their past in general, uh, and even the Pale Rider kind of had mentioned this. Herath Abbey drove out the humans, or the Vesavians as they were known. It was an ancient
Is my
civilization.
ancestors.
Those are your ancestors, exactly. Herath Abbey drove them out of Kirvarel. Let me admit, Ben. They drove them out of Kirvarel, drove them up to Astradi, and in Astradi they created their whole system. And it wasn't just humans up there. They kind of integrated all these different races, but mainly the humans. Those were the tribes that went up there and kind of took that area and created it into what it is now. But with that being the history, they don't exactly have a close connection with whatever's going on here at Abbey. Nor does Astradi want to necessarily, because they're not exactly the most religious. Anyway, they're not exactly the most religious, and Herath Abbey is a religious institution, so.
Mm-hmm. So they're not like allies or anything, really.
Not necessarily.
Okay. I don't know. It seems like they should be pushing for some sort of temporary, martial organization of Lyceum. Bring their forces together and combat this.
Well, I can see why the aspects would be involved because, I mean, honestly, Pale Rider is under or claims to be instructed by Nelia. So I wonder if half of this council is if to just see where Nelia lies in this. Actually,
True.
from her assigned or appointed champions themselves, rather than this religious maniac genocidal wizard. So I can see why this council is being held because of that, because he's invoking the name of Nelia. So, but I don't. That would be my guess. But yeah, as far as nations coming together, there does need. I feel like we're killing two birds with one stone though with this. A little bit, at least. At least the information's getting out across, broader spectrum than just Caravarel, Narncross, Astradi. So.
Yes. There's gotta be a way to have some sort of force to combat him. If everyone just
I
keeps
think the
sitting in their cities, they're just gonna get taken out.
Right. I feel like the first thing they need to do is stop this teleportation advantage, because if they can do that, then there can be more time to prepare.
I agree.
But we'll see how far that gets along with this massive bureaucracy. So
See, I mean, we don't even know what kind of political sway these people hold, if any.
exactly.
I don't know, it's just kind of strange to me that there's no, at least we don't know of. There could be some sort of political gathering talking about this between the different cities, but
I might talk to Marshall after this and see exactly what is going on. I feel like he would have a better grip on the situation, especially with his city being the first, outside of Caravarel being taken. So
Yeah.
how much time do we have before the second set of
Well, at this point,
discussions?
Dragoth steps up, and
Oh.
Dragoth says, "Greetings once again. I hope you had a pleasant break and had time to relieve yourselves. We will be beginning the second can't speak. The second part of discussions very soon. I urge you all to please take your seats. We will be briefly hearing a presentation from Mr. Pest McGriff about Athel. And then we will continue to discuss resolutions to the aforementioned problems. We will begin in another 5 minutes. And please, remember decorum. Thank you. He kind of steps back and sits down. He kind of, you notice he kind of looked over Krogan's way and Little's way when he said that last part.
So should we get back to our seats then?
So,
So the 5 minutes elapse, and Dragoth steps back up, and he says, "Please, quiet down, everyone." And there's like, it's already pretty quiet anyway. He just like looks around, is like, "Very good. At this time, Mr. Pest McGriff will take the floor." And so you hear this like loud clunking, and you look over and you see this man dressed head to toe in full armor, helmet on, helmet down. Cannot see this person's face, but they're very tall. And so the armored person steps up to the podium and leans forward and kind of taps the little microphone-y thing and says, "Well, hiya. My name is Pest McGriff, and I'm from Athel. You may notice that I do not have an Athelian accent, and that is because I am a transplant from over here in Lyceum. My past history is that I was from Lyceum City, and I made my way to Athel to become a follower of Stobin. Well, really, that's not how it started, but it's what it ended up as. So, those are my credentials in this situation. And I just wanted to present to the council the woes of Athel, news from across the sea, if you will. I know it's not much to any of you, and you probably don't care too much, but I figure it's at least good to report on my dealings over there. So, as things currently are, the political situation is tumultuous at best. As you know, Athel spread to the south relatively recently, took over Grindel and Tetsinkai, and has now occupied those two nations and their expansion. Things are not well received down there, obviously. A lot of skirmishes and whatnot, a lot of fighting. On top of that, it seems the lords of the south have begun to stir and are considering challenging the Empress. Meanwhile, the Empress's own son is seeming to stir and fight back. He seems to continue a pattern of rabble-rousing and stirring up Athel mainland. Things are rather tense, I would say, over there, and so it would not be surprising if we see some type of upheaval in the near future. I understand this is nothing that really affects you presently, but it could. The Lords of the South have some pretty strong alliances with even Astradi, and definitely the mainland has some ties with Astradi. And yeah, it's just, it could get interesting over there. And really, that's all I have to report on right now. We know that the island of Laranai is already starting to get involved and show their alliances. So anyway, that's really all I have to offer right now. Hope you enjoyed my little presentation. Thank you. If you have any questions, come ask me later. And clunk, clunk, clunk steps off the stage and just very loudly walks over to his seat and sits down. Dragoth approaches and kind of blinks a few times at the like echoes of the armor in this giant chamber and says, "Thank you for that, Pest. Very insightful." And you notice that several people have just kind of glazed over, including Silas. Silas does not care one bit. And so He says, I hope we do not have to deal with any of that, and hopefully that does not become pertinent to us. Well, with that being said, I will let Jacob Farrell take the stand, and we will start discussing resolutions. And so Jacob Farrell steps up and says, so, we've talked about many things, but this convention will be for naught unless we discuss solutions to these problems. I would like to open the floor to see if anyone has any ideas to begin.
I raise my hand.
Elodia stands up.
So I stand up. First off, I guess this is a question for Marshall. But you mentioned how Narncross seemed to be the epicenter of this seemingly almost teleportation kind of highway y'all have instilled. My question is there somehow we could first, erase the circles, at least to limit his movement, kind of sabotage him that way? Do you think?
So Marshall stands up and he says, the teleportation circle of Ilijan has already been destroyed after my advocating for it. It seems that they were quite reluctant to do so, simply because it is a major source of travel and trade for them between cities but also continents. They were quite reluctant, but after seeing the hordes of people from Narncross fleeing to them, they had no choice but to acquiesce. I cannot say the same about the other cities. Lyceum City is very proud of their fortifications and their technology. I have not had the chance to go visit them personally, but I know they will be a challenge to discuss with. They themselves don't quite see the danger of Azimentus. I'll be honest, I was very politically involved in Narncross, and Lyceum City was never one to really look at us for any sort of help or advice. They're very proud people. I hope that does not spell their ruin. But they do need to take a tone of humility in this. I think Herath Abbey would be one to understand demolition of these teleportation circles would be very important to their safety. And I urge Jacob to please send word to Herath Abbey to take care of all of theirs. But I agree with you, Elodia. I think that is a good start.
My next question is, and I guess this can be for the whole forum that's gathered here, but where do we think Pale Rider is actually getting his power from? If it isn't from Nelia, though I haven't heard anything to say otherwise, because something must be powering him or enabling him to do this so quickly. So.
And that's where everybody kind of grows hushed, because nobody really has a good answer for that. Jacob steps up and says, that is very troubling, for we know that his power probably does not come from Nelia. But from where, we do not know.
I mean, at least from our combined knowledge, and I kind of gesture, I kind of like look at the brain and then look back. Couldn't we somehow like deduce, just by the signature of how he seems to just brainwash people or something of that sort, just to at least get an idea of where it could be coming from?
And so you feel kind of a low rumble of the whole room. And you watch as the brain kind of like slightly levitates out of its jelly kind of container. And the brain says, you summon the mind of Telethos?
I mean, if you have any valuable insight, then yes.
the massive amount of force that he is exerting on many people would require a vast amount of strength. This is not any type of strength that we've seen the aspects exhibit themselves. Never in history has there been a moment when an aspect has exerted this amount of force. So it can only be deduced that it is something more powerful than an aspect.
And what could that be?
It could be an unknown entity. It could be an ancient. It could be something we don't even know about.
Do we know much about the astral plane? Because it seems like the Sunder's opening, or at least closely coinciding with the rise of Azamantis, potentially, maybe.
If anyone is to know about the astral plane, it is the Illithids. We are the wayfarers of the astral sea. We are the sailors. And unfortunately, we found ourselves on the material plane permanently. So, yes, there are things out there. There are things that we also sought. Beings that we thought was the ultimate god. That was our search in the first place before we crashed here. We sought out a being that was far more powerful than any aspect, that rivaled the power of the ancients. I fear that Azamantis could have found something of this nature. We never found what it was we were looking for, but we found remnants and traces of something that was not known. Dragoth looks at Maynard. You may rise, sir.
With these portals or rifts opening, has anyone explored what's in them? What's on the other side?
And so Marshall stands up and he says, the Sunders lead to many places. Some lead to other planes, some lead to nothingness, voids. Each one is very different on its own. If you are familiar with your own Sunder, close to you, good sir, as I recall you are from Astrati, led to a fire plane. That is why it gave off such heat. Meanwhile, there is one close to Ilijan that tapped into a plane of magical force, and that is why Ilijan is such a holy place. Each one is quite different.
So how did these other planes come to be? Do we know for sure of the origins of any of them?
No, we never knew what their origins were. They just appeared.
Because what we saw, like Silas said earlier, was, a machine powered by the blood of aspects, and that's what opened the portal.
And everyone kind of like looks around and everybody's like, interesting,
And
well, that's weird.
on the other side, we saw a figure that looked similar to Kaedva.
And everybody kind of like looks around. They're like, what the heck? What are you talking about? And the elder brain kind of says, that is very strange indeed.
Is there use in, because I guess you all mentioned that there could be some sort of connection of these rifts to what Azamantis is doing. Does anyone want to elaborate on that? What proof you may have, or is it just a hunch?
This little small dude kind of stands up and he says, well, it is just a hunch, but his use of the astral planes might be connected to him possibly making use of the Sunders to enter the astral planes. Perhaps he has found one that leads directly to the sea, and that is his entry point. Who's to say, though?
So you believe he's more of taking advantage of these planes instead of creating them?
Well, that would be my assumption, because I don't know how a simple mortal would ever create one. It sounds like your situation is a very isolated one. And that was a very ancient and powerful being that was able to conduct that.
Well, maybe worth exploring. And also, is anyone, any of the cities, are they reaching out to other cities to form some sort of solidified force to combat Azamintus, or is there any movement being made that direction?
Jacob kind of pipes up and says, well, we came here as representatives of Herath Abbey in an attempt to do that such thing. Unfortunately, not many people are willing to make alliances with us in Lyceum unless they are religious alliances, so that is our purpose. We figured that if we could reach out through the religious organizations, they might be able to have power in their individual cities, since the councils themselves and the governments don't seem to have to want anything to do with us. That is our goal, at least. I do not know the goals of other cities. And Marshall steps up and he says, the Council of Ilijon are fools. And more than that, they don't have any sort of military might. They never had a really unified army. They figured they could always count on their mages, but now their mages leave in droves. And you guys kind of recall back to, what's his name? Vizarth Castrata kind of saying how he was going to hit the road. And so Marshall says, many of their mages leave, and the rest of them that stay behind are the students. If Ilijon is to do anything, they will simply utilize the powers and talents of their students to protect the city. But not like it's anything organized. To be honest with you, the refugees of Narncross would fare much better than perhaps that city would. And unfortunately, there seem to be talks of them utilizing us, my people, as their military might.
So, what can we all do? Like, I guess our next step is to figure out what the next course of action is. Try to seal off teleportation circles, but then what? If we can't convince everybody in time.
Then we ourselves must be the military might that will save everyone. I hate to say it, but everyone here at this council, we are the ones that are unified on this front.
Now, what if we, instead of contacting leadership of the cities, start with make headquarters at Herath Abbey or something, and just open for recruitment to anyone, people from the cities, if they wanted to.
That is not such a bad idea. If everyone were to recognize Herath Abbey as the headquarters. And he kind of looks around at everybody, and everybody, you see kind of these other people, they kind of start to mumble at themselves and kind of give this like, I don't know.
We
And,
can just make the headquarters wherever. It doesn't matter, does it?
And somebody stands up and says, well, it may matter, for we do not all serve Nelia. And in fact, this Azamintus is one that claims he is of Nelia. I don't think it's exactly a good look for the followers of Nelia to head this up, per se. We don't know who is and is not under his thumb. And Jacob kind of speaks up. Oh, go ahead.
Why couldn't we do headquarters here?
And everybody kind of mutters. And Jacob
You're already
says,
here.
Jacob says, well, that's true. If Telethos were to allow us to do such a thing, then, I mean, surely we could. Now, the journey here is quite arduous, and we are dangerously close to the Pale Riders' front. Those are my two concerns, but I do think establishing a headquarters somewhere would be very prudent. Perhaps we should select a place.
Well, we don't have anywhere to select. We're not from anywhere in particular, so
We're new to
that's
this.
you all.
So.
Just a bunch of wanderers.
And Dragoth pipes up and says, well, it should probably be somewhere not very close to the front. Somewhere that has good access to travel, so it's easy for people to make it to us. It is dangerous presently to travel by land. So perhaps by a body of water. Or in the mountains somewhere. Did you say Samrud was an available city?
Not really. I don't think so. There's a lot of infighting within Samred. Petty
Yes, a lot of
disputes between
upheaval.
houses and seemed to be ramping up when we left.
That does not sound very good.
Not the best.
The
So
only other city we went to was Illajon. So
There's the abandoned city of Tentaclins.
with all the ants.
Yeah, all covered in sand.
Ruins of I even forget the city's name. The little village.
Natero?
Natero.
Frickin' Natero. Go back to Natero and start a headquarters. Oh my god.
It'd be a nice like full circle moment.
It really would. Gosh.
But it's like overrun by the crazy ant creatures.
Yeah.
Who probably came from the sender there, honestly.
So Jacob kind of sits there and thinks, and he says, perhaps somewhere on the lake. The lake is close to the sea, probably has some waterways connecting it to the sea, allowing people to get in safely. It's protected by the mountains to the east, and we are far enough away from the front that it might be safe. There is a city close there. Hold on. I don't remember what the name was. It was something to start with an S.
Yeah, I
It's
was about
like
to say we went there, right?
Sabib, I believe. There's another one. There's Havelfind, but then there's also Sabib. It is kind of on the eastern side. Anyway, so that was a different one or no, I think it was on the southern part of the lake. That's where you guys were supposed to sail, but you instead took the spirit ship all the way to Illajon.
Yeah, that's right.
And so Jacob says, it's small, but I believe once they understand the magnitude of the situation, we could perhaps persuade them, or perhaps if we have some sort of monetary incentive, we could perhaps persuade them to let us use their city.
It's a good idea.
Does anyone have any objections or better ideas?
Are they well fortified?
Well, they're on the lake, so I believe the waterfront might be safe. They're up against the mountains, so we have that covering our backs. And I believe there is a fortress there. Not that there are no teleportation circles to my knowledge in that city. It's not large enough to support that. Nor are there enough mages in the area to support that. I believe that may be our best choice. Shall we take a vote? All in favor? Okay, all who oppose? and you see like a couple hands go up. He's like,
Who is it? Who is it?
you just see some like, you see some randos. They're-
Monoman.
Yeah. Freaking Monoman. And he just stands up and he's like, it's too much sand. It's too much sand there. Come on, man. They're like, Jacob Burrow says, forgive me, but I don't know if that's a good enough reason. Okay, well, it is decided. The city of Sabib will be our headquarters. We will send an envoy immediately to make contact, along with a monetary incentive. Don't worry, Harathabi sent me with plenty to perhaps sway people. And so it is decided. You guys have a headquarters. Look at that.
So how do we handle recruiting forces?
So Marshall pipes up and says, I believe that the people of Narncross might be eager to leave Illajan and the harsh conditions that my people face there. I think that we could get our people moved that way, and that might initiate other people to join us. I think we better have a good something written up to distribute to everyone to encourage them. But
Do
we also
have-
need to consider a vetting process. Because while we may be distributing this, the Pale Rider may acquire it. So we better be prepared for
Distributing what?
some form of recruitment. It depends how public we are being with it, and we have to be aware that at any time there may be people that may not have the best of intentions that try to join us. I'm sure we can figure that out. And Regan Junebug says, all right, I'm the best at vetting people. Look at all these guards around you. That's right, we've got a strict process. Elodia, stand up.
I have a question. As the champions of aspects, I mean, I don't know about Mask. I mean, that I guess that's Silas's. I don't know. But are we not supposed to be in charge of certain forces who serve the aspects?
So Jacob Varel says, well, at least personally, I mean, I would certainly have a good amount of sway at Herath Abbey for getting many of the Nillians to join. And I would hope the same for the rest of you. Do you all have access to the champion or the other followers of Mask?
Don't know any others.
Ah, well,
Maska is a little unpopular, in my opinion.
I can't say I'm surprised, but so the little Kinku lady stands up, the lady that was there kind of moderating earlier. She says, "Oh yes, the champion of Lavrost, myself. We could certainly get together some followers and join. Some of my close friends and companions. You have my staff," and she raises her little staff.
And my bow.
And let's see, a couple others kind of stand up, but they're like, "You have us, you have us, you have us." And so so Jacob says, "Well, fantastic. It might be prudent to get an estimate of how many we have from each kind of sect, and we can draw up some numbers and start planning acquisitions." And he kind of looks over at Pest. Pest kind of tips his helmet and says, "That's me, the guy for acquisitions. I'm on it. Just let me know a number and I'll get it for you." And so Jacob kind of smiles and he says, "I'm starting to feel like this is going rather well. Everybody's kind of, the spirits are starting to be a little bit lifted in this place, and people are starting to get even a little hyped up about this."
Look over at Elodia and Silas. I'm like, did they not think of this already?
You know, honestly, I'm so over aspects and champions, like I'm just glad we're at least doing some zip talking. So
Well, good thing we were here.
yeah, no
Just-
joke.
And Dragot steps forward and says, I believe it is also prudent to go ahead and elect leadership for the headquarters. And everybody kind of nods and nods. And Dragot says, I open the floor for nominations for, let's say, a leadership council. And somebody says, I nominate Jacob Farrell.
Here's Little.
Yeah. Little says, Jacob, come on, Jacob. And somebody says, sure, I second that. And so,
What about Marshall? I feel like Marshall has a good head on
So-
his shoulder. Marshall. I don't
And-
know how
sure,
allowed to
yeah.
say it.
So we have a first on Marshall. Marshall kind of looks at you and tips his head.
I nominate Krogan. I'm kidding.
No.
Kidding.
And everybody pipes down and nobody seconds that.
I'm kidding.
Not a
I
person
didn't say
seconds that.
Uh,
And you hear somebody in the background says, I nominate Modeman. Then you see Modeman kind of in the back and he like looks around. He's like, oh, who said that?
No. Absolutely
Thanks.
not. No. The guy whose opposition was there's too much sand. Oh, my poor little woody joints.
Let's see. Somebody else says, I nominate that elf girl.
I
Mm,
second
Alfred.
the nomination.
Yeah.
And Dragot says, let's get a few more. Let's get 3 more members.
I don't know anybody else here. I don't
What about
know
the
who's-
brain? Can we nominate the brain?
Nominate the brain.
I don't know its name.
Are you
It
nominating
has
the
the
brain?
biggest brains. Nominate the brain.
And the brain says, I am not able to leave my station. Apologies. I will aid with my knowledge.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
And you hear somebody pipe up and say, I'm nominate Ead the Seer. And you see Ead kind of in the background, like just kind of really quiet, and he kind of like looks around, kind of like,
Who's
why did you do that?
who's Ead?
He's the guy that was with Dragoth. He's kind of the little sorcerer dude.
He hadn't said anything.
Exactly. He hasn't
Yeah.
said anything. That's why he's kind of looking around like, why would you say
Did
that?
anybody second it?
Dragoth seconds it. Dragoth says, I believe that is a very prudent choice. And Dragoth says, I believe this is a good place to start. And he says, all members of the new council, please step forward. And so, Elodia steps forward. And
Oh dang.
Elodia got nominated.
They said elf girl. I didn't quite.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
Who'd
Oh,
y'all
she
think
did
that
not
was?
realize.
There could have been. Well, I'm half elf technically, but
Well, they didn't know that. Anyway, they just nominated you.
Okay.
So,
all right. Sweet.
all right. Elodia steps forward.
Percy puffs out his chest just a little bit.
Yeah. So, we have the council. And we'll just say, for sake of, Elodia may not be able to be here all the time. Elodia
Oh.
nominates her stand-in, Maynard, or Silas. Or
Oh, okay.
you make that choice.
Okay. That should be
No,
well,
she has to be here every time now, so
I mean, that
she's
kind
on
of
the
does
council.
puts the pressure on to make me more obligated. Um, honestly, though, I think there won't be as many labs. Well, I say that, but at least there's not gross anatomy and PCD lab at the same time, which that put a damper into the amount of time I could enjoy. So
Well, good, good. Well, now you're on the council, so
Perfect.
you gotta be here. Anyway, So Misha says, "Yay, Elodia! That's my friend up there. Yeah."
Elodia slightly blushes.
And Mask shows up in Silas's brain. He's like, "Are you freaking kidding me? What?
They rioted around her. They
Oh
rallied.
my
I don't
god, not
know.
only is she my champion, but she's the one that got put on the council." And you've never heard Mask so flustered. This is him, like, straight up. He's pissed off. He's irritated.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll have to start speaking to me now.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Well, no.
Oh.
No, man.
I don't think so.
And so Dragoth says, "Well, I believe this is reason to celebrate. Madam Pollyanna, please take the stage." And so the little old lady like hobbles up and she gets up there and she says, "Oh my, what a great time. I'm so glad to see everyone getting along so well and forming alliances and governments. I'm so well.
Disgusting.
I have created a wonderful feast for everyone so we might celebrate just being together. Just being together. And so, without further ado, please join me in the grand hall for lots of fiddles."
Oh.
And Dragoth says, "Meeting adjourned." And everybody kind of gives a clap this time. Nobody really gave a crap previously because everything was freaking depressing. And now everybody's like, the energy in the room is starting to get better. And so everybody kind of collectively migrates towards the grand hall. And so the great doors of the grand hall. So you exit this area and you go to another wing of the Tower of Telethos. And you see these great big doors, and you see two illithids standing guard at the front. And they open the doors, and it is this massive room with these long tables, and you see it as just absolutely jam-packed with all these exotic foods, most of which you've never seen before and are extremely colorful. And if Krogan were here, he would see many jangle-jongs lining the tables. And so everyone is invited to feast and discuss the things at hand.
Food.
So,
Alright.
Elodia,
Oh.
you are sitting there eating your feast, having a great time. When all of a sudden you just get this splitting headache, absolutely massive headache. And your vision begins to blur and cross, and you just kind of like begin to stare at one point and black out a little bit. And so in the darkness of vision, it's almost as if you're seeing through Percy's eyes, flying over the city of Samrid. And you see the sunder in the sky, and you see that Samrid there's smoke in it. Like, you can see that there has been fighting, but it has been a few weeks since you guys left, so things have kind of subsided, and you see kind of the Tondago flags flying here and there and everywhere. And it's evening. It's twilight. You see the moon high in the sky, and the sunder looming over the mountains, over the ruins of Alaraka. And this chill hits you in the air. You watch as something strikes your wing. You look over, and there's this like red drop that kind of hits your wing, and it begins to fall harder and harder, and you see that there's this like rain coming down, and it
Blood.
seems to be blood.
Oh.
And as you look around, you see from the sunder, there's just like a waterfall spilling out from it. It's like blood dripping from the edges of this massive gaping hole in the sky, falling on the land, just like absolutely coming down torrentially, staining the trees, staining the ruins, staining the sea, turning it red. and you listen as the town begins to echo. You hear these like yells and screams as it begins to fall harder and harder and eventually drench everything in the city until the whole city is red. It begins to fall down the mountains in these like streams and collecting into massive rivers of blood just flowing down into the valley that is Samrid and washing through. And this continues and continues, and you see the night turn to day and turn to night again, and it seems that this is never ending and has absolutely swept through the city of Samrid. And you see the streets are lined with drowned people, and the sea is completely red as far as the eye can see. And finally it stops. There's nothing left but the city covered in just this metallic scent, streets absolutely caked with this dried blood that has congealed over the days. And your vision begins to come to once again. And you are once again in the halls of the Great Feast. And you look up and you notice that Iad the Seer is staring daggers at you.
Daggers
Yeah.
at me? Like malice daggers?
Well,
Or
he
just
is like very forcefully like staring at you. And once your
Okay.
eyes meet his, he looks away.
Okay.
Elodia, do you want corn or not?
Well, I think there's something a little more important than corn right now. What was exactly in that sunder above Samred? You said machines?
No, it looked like, remember was a black and red figure we saw in Buddy's Sarahscape Kaedva or whatever its name is. It's like that, but it looked like that, but I don't think it was. Silas, were you the one that saw that?
It looked like the white figure in Buddy's vision.
Oh, yeah, Silas, I think you saw it, right?
I didn't see Buddy's vision, but yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah, you did. You
Oh.
were there in the Sarahscape. Yeah.
Sarahscape.
Well, I mean, I wasn't there, but Silas was
okay.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just got brain smacked by a vision that the sunder over Samred was just down like a deluge of blood.
Oh.
And
That's not good.
enough to turn the whole sea red. Because it was red. I don't know where it came from. But I mean, Tondago seemed to have the upper hand in the upheaval, but the blood that just rained down completely drowned everyone there, it seemed. I don't know what it means.
Do you usually have visions?
Not the last one I had. Usually they have Azimentus pop in, which makes a little more sense. But this one, no, I not.
The last one you had, Elodia, was after the Sunder opened, and it was after Mask kind of brain smacked you again, and you had like a face in a mist calling for your help.
Dang, when was that?
It was a long time ago, like after you guys left Samrid. It was on the boat. That was it, though. That was the last thing you had.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if that was from Mask or not. That was
exactly. You didn't know.
Ah. Yeah. Yes, I typically. Yes. I don't know if I told everyone this, but maybe this will. I don't know. I don't like talking about it, but the way Azimentus tortured me when he had me hostage, he invaded my dreams. And ever since, in fact, he subjected me to a never-ending nightmare. And I still have the mark on my neck to prove it, much like Jorgensen's curse mark. It's kind of similar to that, but it's either here nor there. But ever since waking up from it, I've had visions. But they seem to be growing a lot more constant, and I don't know if it's because I'm with Mr. Magic Jack of all trades, Mr. Mask over here, or if it's because of the Sunders opening, or if it's because Azamantis is growing in power. I don't know what's, maybe a combination of all three. So,
Do these visions come true?
a couple times, yeah.
Crap.
And some of them closely coincide with like what's happened, and I've seen what's happened in Narncross through. If it is just Azamantis toying with me, then it's what happened there is it was horrible. So,
Should we tell someone?
well, that seer over there who hasn't said much locked eyes with me, so and he's a seer. I might ask him some questions. I don't know. But yeah, it is my lot to bear. One more reason just to hate Azamantis. Can't seem to escape him.
Modaman walks up to Silas. He smacks Silas on the back and says, "Hey man, you gonna get hyped for this hunt tomorrow?"
Oh, I'm hyped.
Hey,
I'm ready.
you know, when I look at you, I see something real special. I see a little bit of me, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like, I don't know, you're just kind of a cool guy, kind of like me, you know? And I expect pretty big things from you at this hunt.
I'm quite the hunter.
Yeah, you look like it. Kind of looks at your muscles through your little shirt situation. Oh man, Ben, big flexing on us, for real. And he says, "What's you always wear the mask, man? Is
Yeah.
it your like calling card? What's the deal?"
That's just my thing. That's my gimmick, I guess.
I get it. I get it. You know, I guess it kind of tracks since you're like a mask
Follower
champion.
of Mask.
Yeah. I would say so at least.
I'd say it tracks.
Well, you know, I might have said this earlier, but me and our old friend Markham, we used to get into a lot of trouble with these types of things. And,
Oh, Markham's a lot of fun.
if you're interested in doing the same, you just give me a call. We could rattle this place up.
Interesting.
I mean, I got some plans cooking, so.
What exactly did you guys get in so much trouble for last year?
So, you know, we might have blown up some stuff.
Okay.
Now that wasn't really the intention, you know, but that's just kind of like what happened, and you know, we thought it was pretty funny, and we might have put some potions in the punch, if you know what I mean. And I'm just saying, don't drink the punch here either. But
Oh, not here either.
don't drink the
Okay.
punch. But you know, I'm just saying, here at about midnight, things might be crazy. But you don't drink the punch.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess I'm just gonna go around and mosey and stuff. Give me a shout if you're interested in cooking anything up.
I will.
Yeah. So Modman walks off.
guy. I didn't hear anything, but I just was looking at him from afar. I'm like, I hate that guy so much. But yeah, anyway. I might go try to find that seer dude since he was looking at me suspiciously.
And you look up and he's not at his seat anymore.
Okay.
You kind of see the door like slowly, the big door like closing, and you can kind of assume that somebody has just left. At this time, you hear a clunk, 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 clunk from behind you, Maynard, and the clunking stops right behind you. And you look behind you, and it's a really tall, armored guy from earlier. And he says,
Hello.
Hey guy, I just wanted to say I really like your armor.
Oh, thank you. Yours is very nice as well.
Then he kind of smacks it and just goes, clank. It's like, thanks. I got it special. Special made.
Oh, really? What is it? What is it made out of?
Oh, well, you know, it's made out of steel, but it was made by the finest smiths in FAL. And he like
Ah,
kind of shows you like a little brand on the side, and it's like the three-headed like snake symbol of FAL.
looks like it was made in FAL.
Sure was. But I like yours a lot too. Where's yours from?
Oh, thank you. I bought mine in Samred recently. It's kind of a Damascus steel.
Ah, man of fashion. I like that.
Well, I mean, it's just a little bit stronger than regular steel.
Yeah, well, cool. Say, you don't really strike me as a follower of the mask, and he kind of points at your little name tag.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of here, not necessarily on my own uh will say, kind of in service to Mask for a short period of time.
That's an interesting case. And he kind of looks over at Silas and he's like, now that guy looks like a real follower of Mask. Checks out.
Yeah, he wears a mask. It's a little on the nose, but
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
and who do you follow again?
I followed the aspect Stobin.
Stobin. What is who's Stobin?
Stobin is the aspect of strategy under Kristrieg.
Ah, interesting. Are you wearing this armor? Are you part of some sort of military force or something?
Some might say I'm a strategist. You know, I'm actually a strategist for one of the Southern Lords, but I try to play my hand pretty fairly. I'm pretty active over in the church and in the city, the main city on the mainland itself.
So you still reside in Ethel,
Oh, absolutely. It's my home.
right? So you're pro expansion.
Ah, no. I don't think strategically it is the smartest choice. I think what the Southern Lords are doing is far smarter.
Which is what?
Expanding with diplomacy and not force.
Interesting.
Force is never a permanent solution to expansion. It always results in some type of rebellion. And the capital is not prepared to defend the South because the Southern Lords themselves are not going to defend it. It's not going to stick, is what I'm saying. Well, anyway, if you ever want to talk strategy, I'm your guy. He kind of taps his helmet. His voice kind of echoes around in the helmet, too. It's very, very strange.
Right, and this guy was put on the council.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Wait.
all right.
Yeah, he was.
It's like, I will let you know.
And he clunks off.
It's just like weird guy. Council.
So, yeah.
Anyway, this was good. Good food.
Pollyanna walks over to you guys with a plate full of like honey bun looking things and is like, "Would you care for more, my sweeties?"
Yes, I suppose.
Of
Thought
course.
so.
Thank
Melodia's
you.
just kind of staring out into her plate, just
Uh,
very deep in thought a little bit.
Elodia, you have to eat. You can't not eat. You eat like a bird. You need to get a little meat on your bones. And Pollyanna's like, "Yes, please do." Gives you a little.
Melodia kind of shakes herself and like just reaches for a honey bun.
That's right, Elodia. You need a little something, a little sustenance.
Kind of just take some nibbles, kind of like, but I'm still like looking out into the distance a little bit.
Silas, do you think Elodia eats? Like, should
Do I
we
think
be
she-
worried?
I think she just got elected to this council. She's probably just a little stressed.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on her. I'm worried about her.
Okay, makes sense.
Silas, are you eating okay? I hardly ever see you take a bite.
Well, it's because I suck it up.
Hmm.
I
Are you
suck it
ever
up
gonna
right.
take your mask off?
Not planning on it.
Are you ever gonna show us your face?
Not planning on it.
Will you ever show me your face?
Not planning on it.
Well, could you plan on it?
Not planning on it.
Oh, how disappointing. Are you ugly? Be honest. Like, I know I've asked you before, but you never really said anything.
I don't know. Who's to say?
That sounds like the answer of an ugly person.
Oh,
Okay. Hmm.
well, maybe someday we'll see. Who knows?
Wah, how mysterious.
I'm not planning on it, so
Maynard, are you gonna fight in this hunt tomorrow?
It sounds like we all will.
Should we like strategize? Who do you think's gonna be the hardest to fight?
See, I don't know how we're supposed to fight. I mean, I have a sword. How am I supposed to not hurt someone with my sword?
I don't know. I mean, should we ask Wadaman? I'll call him over.
I don't want to talk to him.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Do you have a problem with Wadaman?
I just. It wasn't the best first impression.
Maynard, can I ask you a very serious question?
Sure.
Are you racist towards tree people?
No, I am not racist towards tree people. I just have had terrible interactions with them.
they're just
Okay.
all bad.
I've
It's
met
not his fault.
2 in my life, and one is the worst person I've ever met in my life, and the other is not heading the right direction.
Are you calling Minty the worst person you've ever met in your life?
Yes, I am.
I don't understand that personally. I think he's perfectly nice. He's helped us in a lot of hard situations, given us some very useful tools.
We bought them, Mishra. We paid for them. He
But
didn't
he
give us anything.
conveniently arrived just when we needed him.
Yes, and needed to use his map when we were in the Temple of Mass, but he did not care. Did not give that information.
Well, it built character. Maybe he knew we needed that. Besides, aren't you a cartographer? Why would you need it anyway?
Because we hadn't been through that part of the temple yet, and he had.
Well, I think he was probably just building character.
We have a word for that where I'm from.
What's the word?
Just being rude.
Oh, I see. Well, I know that word too, so. Well, anyway, I'm stuffed. Also, do you feel like Krogan's acting weird?
He's just enjoying his bananas or jingle jungs.
I don't know, it's like he can actually say words now.
He's been able to speak.
Well, I guess that's cool. I guess he was just holding out on us.
But didn't he touch the brain or something?
That
I don't
brain's
know,
a
dude.
bitch. Stings like hell.
Oh, well,
The
I
loaded
didn't
chuckles
touch
to
it, so I
herself.
wouldn't. Oh.
So is this the last thing we have for the day?
Yes, according to the program that you guys are not paying attention to, yes, it is.
You can read me, Shrek?
No. Somebody told me that this is what it said, and so I have been paying attention, and you haven't.
Alright, well,
So what time does the hunt start tomorrow? Why are we doing
this is so...
bonding?
I don't know. That's weird. Everything...
Bonneman told me it's bonding, and he says that it'll bring camaraderie and also bragging rights.
Of course he did. Is he participating in it or he's just organizing it?
I think he said he was participating.
I know Modeman. He's gonna participate.
I'm
and
excited.
I think I know Modeman.
Silas, do you run into this dude a lot? This tree
Nope,
thing?
never met him. But I know Markle, right? That's his
Who?
name.
Markham.
Who is
Markle?
Markle?
Markham.
Markham?
Markham?
Yep. Markham. Markham?
Have you worked with Markham?
Oh, I've worked with
Like on
Markham.
mission? Okay.
Me and Markham put in work.
Is he out for mask doing whatever right now?
Probably. He's one of the more unconventional. He's very wild, as I'm sure you've gathered.
I thought that's kind of Mask's kind of what is it called?
MO.
Yeah. But you do seem a little
But
bit.
he's a bit
little
on the
more
extreme end. Yeah.
controlled. Okay.
Yeah, and who knows?
What does Mask think about all this going on?
He's very excited that one of his champions was selected.
I find that a little hard to believe.
Well,
That is okay. Glad to hear it, I guess. No.
You hear Mass say some choice words in your head.
he says he's sure you'll do great.
A little slow smirk crosses Lodia's face. Just thinking. I'm sure he's enjoying this a lot, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Kind of the irony involved. Mask, I guess, loves a good joke, doesn't he? Don't you,
Oh.
Mask?
Hope he does.
Once again,
No.
you hear more choice words. But about this time, you see Jacob Verrill kind of take the podium, and he kind of looks worried. And he kind of says, "Excuse me, everyone. We just received word from a messenger. It appears that the Sunder at Samred, there was a great tragedy. It began to spill blood, and the entirety of the town was flooded and subsequently drowned."
Oh.
I don't know what to make of this situation, but I am sure that it is pertinent in some way. I'm sorry to interrupt our festivities, but it was an important announcement to be made. I don't think it changes our plans, but it perhaps hastens our worry and our establishment of headquarters.
What plane of existence spills out blood?
And the guy that keeps piping up about the planes of existence pipes up again. This dude, this little know-it-all dude, he's like, "Well, to my knowledge, there is no plane of existence to spill blood. It is quite peculiar. Unless there's one we are just unfamiliar with. But me, having a vast knowledge of planes of existences, it does not seem to correlate with any type of aspect. I am quite worried myself."
Did the blood stop spilling from the sky?
It seems to have stopped. Our messenger says that they heard it through the grapevine, so it seems that they actually were in a city along the coast when several people that managed to escape or were traders that were on their way into town came back and shared the news of what had occurred. They said that it spilled blood for 3 days, and on the third day it ceased. But by then, the city was destroyed.
Has it been determined
Kinda
if it's human blood or
I
not?
mean, there's no way to determine what type of blood it could have been.
Okay.
I mean, to my knowledge, at least. I don't know. Perhaps it is, but it was red, so blood of some type of mortal, I'm sure. Or perhaps not. Who's to say?
Hmm.
Well, I'm sorry to put such a damper on the festivities, like I said. But it seems that the feast was winding down as is. I recommend that you all rest up. You have the hunt tomorrow. And Modman says, "Yeah, we do. That's right. Not gonna let any of this crap get us down, right?"
Right.
Odd.
Elodia, are you okay? You look stressed.
Yeah, well, the fact that the vision I just had came true doesn't quite put me. I'm just tired. I'm tired of this. I think I'm gonna head to bed, honestly. And I kind of quickly eat the rest of my honey bun to prove that I do eat. And then I go ahead to my chambers.
Misha says, "You know, that punch was really good. Did you guys try some?"
That much.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Said I don't really like punch that much.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was quite good. Silas, did you try some? The red kind?
After all this blood talk, it's not particularly appealing.
Okay, sure, I understand. Whatever. Well, it was very good, though. I'm gonna go to bed, I suppose.
Guess I will as well.
So you see Pollyanna, like Rightfoot or whatever her name is, kind of like crying in the corner, like, "My feast, my poor feast, ruined by such terrible news. Ever will they sleep tonight? With such things on their minds." And she at least like begins to like, oh, she has a platter, and on the platter are like warm glasses of milk, and she frantically begins going around and presenting them to everyone. "Please, have a glass of warm milk to settle your minds."
Oh,
What's up, guys?
what's
Hey,
up?
what's up, man?
Sorry about that.
That's okay, man. And
We're going to
so
war.
We're going to war
Yep.
for Gondor.
We're going to war.
uh
We're starting a group that's gonna fight the Pale Rider.
Oh, finally.
Yep. Everybody got excited about it too.
Elodia's
so-
on the council,
Ooh.
but she's not been granted the rank of master.
Ooh.
uh,
She's gonna be great on there. It seems like a lot of people that come at things from different sides. I feel like she'd be a good. She has a good second opinion, you know.
That's so
Krogan
gentle.
Krogan
way of
says
putting
this
it.
Yeah.
eloquently.
Krogan
Krogan strings together this very kind sentence.
just has like very nice soliloquies every now and then, just
Yes.
seasoning his conversations now.
Oh yeah, the conversation went up. It was only like 1 or 2 points, but that's all he needed. It was so low already. Anything was an improvement, you know.
Let's actually
Can
take
only
a
go
potty
up.
break, and we can catch Sawyer up on what occurred. So, you all retire to your designated rooms for the evening. And anything you wish to discuss amongst yourselves?
That is crazy that vision came true, huh?
Yeah, it's very, very eerie. Quite unnerving.
All your other ones, have all your other visions had to do with Azimentus?
Yeah, I think the very first one I had was it about the. It was at Natero, right after Natero. But I took like the four were asking me about something. Oh yeah, the first one I had was it was regarding Azimentus and his army marching, is what I saw. And then the next one, I think several of them were about Narncross. One of them I actually saw Prince Sugoharan dying in front of me. And then Azimentus gloating. And then one of them I think was about Buddy. Like there was like it was about like that field and seeing seeing the lake turn blood or something. Or maybe that was his. I can't remember.
I think you saw him there because you saw him like sitting kind of in that space just waiting to be rescued.
Right.
And you saw the two figures doing battle in the middle of this field.
Right.
One
As
was
I gl-
yeah, you remember it.
Yeah, one was white, one was red. They were giants, and I wonder if one of them, whatever we saw through the cinder, if that was its blood, because it was large enough to maybe have that much, but who knows. And then another time, the most recent one was Mask, it was when I went a little too far with Masks. Sorry, he can't. He doesn't that have strong of a fortitude with, I don't know, people coming against him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And um, what that one, it was like, I can't remember exactly.
Didn't
Somebody
you
was
see like
calling
a
for help.
see us like dying or something?
Well,
And
the
your
first
family
part was you
dying?
saw everybody that you had already lost, kind of all lined up until you all saw that. And
Mhm.
then the second part was Elodia specific. You saw everybody of your friends dying, and then Azamantis like faced you and said, "I'll let you live, but suffer,"
Mhm.
or something like that.
Yeah. But then wasn't there like a follow up to that? Somebody calling
that's-
out for help or something?
Yeah, you saw like a face coming through the mist, and it was saying, "Please help us," or "Please help me,"
Yeah.
but you don't know where it was from.
Right. And then I convey all that a little more eloquently than I just did, struggling my brain right now. But yeah, so most of the time they're concerning Azamantis. So honestly, I deal with a lot of nightmares anyway. They typically happen at night, though now they're starting to bleed into the day. So that doesn't yeah. So
Okay. So they're not all necessarily around Azamantis then.
no.
Okay.
Long story short, no.
So not only are you on the council, but you can also see the future.
Oh, I don't know about that. That would be pretty incredible, but I highly doubt it. Cuz what I saw with the sky opening up and this blood pouring out seemed to be very recent. So, and in fact, apparently it was. Like what I saw when I saw it, it was ending. And so, cuz I saw it stop and then I saw this the effects of it on the city after the fact.
Also, I have a question. If you're on the council, does that mean that you get council things? Like, do you get like to be treated like you're on the council, or are you? What level of council are you at?
I would hope I honestly don't know what the responsibilities are. They haven't really decided, but I'm assuming it's to be representative of Mask and to make decisions regarding like the tactics and stuff of how we're going to fight Azamantis. So, but they didn't say. They're just like vote on the council, and then it was a blur. So
It has
Somebody
been a day.
nominated you, Krogan. Somebody nominated you. I heard them.
Was it you?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was Silas.
Definitely.
We high five.
Well, so, anyway, I thought you would make a pretty good council member, Krogan. I think you had some good questions because I had the same questions as you did, and so I think I'm glad somebody else asked them because I was too shy to. But I'm glad you were brave enough to do so.
They took too long.
talking and they did not go in depth, but the things that actually mattered. I feel.
I agree with you. I think also they have discriminated against people that can't read, like myself, by creating these little pamphlets and stuff that I cannot read.
Yes, I just learned how to talk. I barely reading. I mean, no monkey needs to learn how to read, but maybe I might. Oh,
One of the brothers Gibson.
I asked him if he wanted to play, and he's like, "Oh, does that take gonna take like 3 hours?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "No." I was like, "Whatever."
He doesn't
I'd
understand.
rather go in my room and play Clash of Clans.
He's literally playing, I think, Battlefront 2 right now, or was. So
That's legendary. I can't fault that. Where did Nature
continue.
go?
He went to get bread out of the oven. He's being a domestic gentry right now.
Why couldn't he get Joffrey to do it?
Yeah, why did
Yeah.
you get Joffrey to do it?
Your
Prestidigitation.
unseen servant.
What'd you say? Joffrey's dead, he says.
No.
We didn't hold a funeral.
So,
Well,
do you think there's gonna be like teams tomorrow or what? Did Modeman say anything about like how this is gonna be divvied up for the hunt?
It sounded like a all-out like.
What
I mean,
if
I
it's
guess you could form a
1v1?
team.
what?
Oh,
That would be fun.
Oh, the hunt. Krogan,
I'd
you might have dozed off. There's gonna be a big hunt tomorrow.
I feel like I would have woken up for that to learn about that. Tell me more about
It's
that.
true. But I mean, I don't blame you. The meeting was boring until the war talk. So.
So wait, we're having a war and we're having a hunt?
Yeah, so part of this team building, Monoman is organizing this hunt it's this unicorn creature that grants things. He didn't say what, of course,
Ooh.
but apparently it's to help build team building. Yay. Sounds like a waste
get
of
a-
time to me.
I can wish for a banana that never ends. Take that how you will. But it's just a banana. You eat it and then it grows back. And then you eat it again and then it grows back. It could be a blue banana like I saw.
At Jangle Gym? What is that? What are they
Jingle
called?
Jong. A Jingle Jong.
Jangle.
Jungle Gym?
Jingle
Oh.
Jong.
It could be a jungle gym.
Little Jim Banana. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, why not? But apparently we're supposed to we might fight each other, but we're not supposed to. There's no killing, but or bad maiming. I think that's what he said.
Then what are we gonna fight with?
I don't. That's what Maynard was asking, because he has a sword. I've got sharp arrows. Silas has basically an executioner axe. I don't know what they expect us to do. What is your weapon of preference, Krogan? I don't know if I've seen you use any. Or, in the fury of battle, you lose track of what's what.
An axe. But usually I use it to persuade people more than I'm not. The want is not to kill. The want is to punish.
A wand?
The want. Need.
Well, I guess we
Yeah.
better rest up, because we're going to have to fight really hard tomorrow. I'm ready to kill. Not just maim, but I'm prepared to kill.
I don't think we're supposed to do that.
Well, I'm bringing
I
my
don't think
A
that's
game.
team building.
I'm not letting anybody
Misha.
call me a chump.
Misha, nobody's calling you a chump.
They might if I don't try to kill. I better put
No.
my game face on.
I think she
Nope,
has the right
we-
idea.
Oh no.
Thank you,
Oh,
Krogan.
Kill.
Kill.
Yeah.
Kill.
Do we know what this creature looks like?
Let's get a little nature check and see who might have an idea.
So wait, we're gonna kill a creature. Okay. Is it a
You're
Nature.
hunting a creature, but you have to go up against everyone else to do it.
no.
No, Krogan,
What's
you're
nature? Is
sideways.
nature wisdom?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
still here.
nature's intelligence.
Oh, is it? Whoopsie. Thought it was wisdom. That would make more sense.
I got a 13.
Loser.
Got a 7.
Oh. You don't have like some sort of proficiency with nature?
Do I have I
Yes,
can't
you
remember. It's
do.
not
Are you
on
kidding
here.
Perfect.
Definitely
It's
do.
not on here. I've lost my sheet.
Okay, well you definitely I would think you do with nature.
Wait, there's stats. There. Yeah, I'm not.
Or animal handling, I guess. You're definitely proficient
Animal
in that.
handling, I do have proficiency in. I do remember that. But that's a dexterity.
No, it's not. It's a wisdom thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
What's
Yeah,
the
I'm
app
better.
called?
What'd you say?
Wisdom.
The app.
Fight Club.
I still only got. I rolled pretty bad, yeah, it wasn't that great. That's only an 11.
Dang, what a loser. Don't know your animal's worth of crap. Okay.
I rolled a 6. It's bad. I told you. It's not good.
Okay, Krogan, what do you got?
Ooh, no. Wait. Oh, 10.
10. Alright, Silas, let's see. I need a nature or an animal handling, whichever one is better.
Both equally bad.
Oof.
Wait, animal handling?
Mm-hmm.
Imagining an animal with a handle on.
2 -1. So,
Ooh, that sucks. Okay, alright. Well, what'd you get, Maynard? 13?
Uh-huh.
That's fine. You know it's a mythical unicorn-esque creature. You don't really know any of its abilities or anything of that nature. You just know that it's like a unicorn creature.
Do I know what it looks like?
Yeah, you do. You've seen like paintings and stuff. You know it doesn't quite look like a unicorn. It's a little bit more lion-esque in the face. It's hard to describe. I don't know. Let
The
me just
heck?
send a picture and you can describe it as you will. I don't really know how to describe a Kieran very well. It's like a gold color though. It's definitely more like Eastern inspired compared to European unicorns. More dragony, I guess. Not really liony. Some of them look liony, but this one looks more dragony.
Yeah. Looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, wow.
I want
One
to
of
see.
divine.
But you know they're like creatures of
Ooh.
lawful goodness typically.
Lawful
That's kind of
good.
that's their real claim to fame. They're very
Why
rare.
are
Look
we
at the
killing it?
I thought we weren't killing it. We were just like capturing it and then using it, or were we killing it?
Audubon never
On that book.
specifically said.
Okay.
Nature is gonna do it. Even if we capture it. She's gonna
Kill,
kill it.
kill, kill. Ready to kill. I'm prepared to kill anything and everything, all for
But
my
first-
crew.
But first, I will also give my banana.
Well, I'm going to sleep because I want to be on my A game. So good night. She curls up with Little once again.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Anyone wish to do anything while the others go to sleep? Everyone going to sleepy time?
I'm going to sleep.
I'm gonna go to Sir Maynard's door. I'm gonna get on my hands and knees and go to the bottom of it and go kill, 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 and then see what happens.
He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't come out. You don't know what happens.
And then I'm doing it for a straight 5 minutes. Kill.
Comes to the door, opens it,
Yeah.
sees you on your hands and knees. Krogan, could you please stop that?
Yeah. Okay. This last one
Close
Bye.
the door.
runs away.
Oh.
All right, goes to sleep.
Going to sleep, Olivia.
I'm going to sleep.
Silas.
Sleep.
Try
Alright.
to sleep.
My big snoozing.
Can't hear you very well.
Yeah.
Somewhere around about 2 a.m.
Ah!
Ah!
2 a.m. rolls around.
So not the witching hour, but
Not the witching hour. But you begin to hear a stirring through the halls. A stirring, and it becomes a panic stirring through the halls. And you all hear something occurring. Elodia, you wake up and you look over, kind of like assessing your surroundings. Mishra's nowhere to be found.
Oh no.
again. I wake up Maynard.
Oh, what?
Shh, calm down, it's just me. I'm not seeing Mishra. I woke up to scurrying and she's not in her bed. Yeah.
All right.
Should we wake up the whole
Find her.
party?
Probably so.
At this point, you hear a
It
A
didn't
what?
come through your mic.
No.
I think it's too high pitched.
Sounds like a squeak.
It's still not too.
Squeak.
You say it,
Squeak.
yeah,
Squeak.
yeah.
squeak, squeak. You hear a high-pitched squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Make squeaking.
Squeak it, squeak, squeak. And you look down and you see a small mouse running around in circles on the floor.
Ooh, can I speak to animals? I can do that.
Go ahead and try.
And I speak with animals with this freaked out mouse. And I say, "What? Why are you squeaking so loud? What's going on?"
Elodia, what the heck? Why am I so little? Help! Help! Help!
Whoa,
Why am
whoa,
I so
okay, okay.
small?
I cup up my hands like this, and I like put them on the ground, and I'm
Why
like,
are you
"It's
so
okay, just
big?
you're a little mouse, I think. Yeah, you're a little mouse." Oh
What?
no.
And she like looks at her little mousy hands and she's like, ah, ah, and the rest of you just hear squeak, 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 squeak.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just hop on my hand. It's okay.
What's going on? She's like hyperventilating rapidly.
It's okay. It's nothing's new. Endurance does this all the time. You're just as cool as Endurance now. Just hop on my hand. It's okay.
She hops on your hand.
Okay.
She says, I feel so helpless. What's going on?
And I kind of like show everybody, and I'm like, I think this is Mishra. I don't know how this happened. She's
Little gazes at her with intent.
okay. No. And I kind of like, kind of slowly, like, no. Yeah. Can we sense if there's magic involved? I'm horrible at.
I'll have cast detect magic.
Yes, it does appear to be some type of spell.
Oh, great. Oh. I feel like this is somebody who's mischievous did this, probably.
Did anybody else drink the punch?
Silas, do you know some?
No. But I suspect. I can suspect. I don't know. I know that the punch was tampered with last year. She's the only one who drank the
Oh.
punch. It might have. I don't know.
Well, I only drink water because I like to be hydrated.
What do I do? I was already helpless enough, and now I'm even more helpless. How on earth
No.
am I supposed to participate in the hunt tomorrow?
It's okay, Misha. It looks like a spell, so it should be reversible. And it's probably from the punch you drank. Apparently, there's a history of tampering with
Well,
it and
That's
spiking
just
it.
an
So
estimation.
it's a guesstimation.
I
But
mean, it's risky, but endurance always changes back whenever she gets hit really hard. So
no, we are not hitting her. No.
Krogan has been listening to this whole time. I would hit her. I would hit her.
And I
And
I
you
want to
just
do
hear
it.
my
Just
hand
let me
like
do it.
this.
you hear
And
high
then I
pitched
just
squeaking.
slap her.
No. No.
Yep. Is
I
she
have my
still in
hands
your
cupped like
hands,
this.
Olivia?
Yeah, but I cupped him like this.
Oh, and then I take both of my hands and I go.
All right,
I don't-
do an athletics check, Krogan.
Oh,
do I try to beat it?
Yeah, do a contested athletics check.
Okay. Is that a strength?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sugar.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Hang on. Probably not great.
I got a 13.
Yeah, I got a 10. I didn't.
Oh,
All of a sudden,
How did-
Krogan just takes his hands and goes over Elodia's hands, and Elodia, your hands start writhing in pain from getting just like absolutely like what is it? The slapping game? Red something.
Bloody knuckles.
Bloody knuckles, getting absolutely bloody knuckled by Krogan here, and you just hear this high pitch inside of your hands, and Elodia like just opens her hands up instinctively and
a bloody mess.
just like falls to the ground, and you see her just on the ground like with the little X's over her eyes, like
No. Ow, Krogan. Jeez.
Sir Maynard said it would work.
But my hands.
is she dead?
and you hear just like a little
Oh, at least
I
she's
put
okay.
my pinky and I find her carotid artery and I take her
What?
little pulse. Her little artery like right here, and I
You
try
can
to like
feel it.
find it.
thumping very quickly.
Okay, she's alive, but
What?
stressed, and I don't blame her.
Okay, I
Ow,
guess that doesn't
Krogan.
work.
Oh,
We had to find out. Had to find out somehow.
Let's see here.
Well, surely if it was the punch, other people are experiencing the same thing, right?
Perhaps if it was the punch, we should punch her. Then she would
should
hurt
we try to
Oh,
find? No, that's a
Who-
good
who did
connection,
it?
Krogan. Though.
Who could find it? Who could find the person that did it? Silas, who does it every year?
Wait a minute. Here we go. So as she like sputters on the ground, all of a sudden you see kind of like a mist begin to shroud the little mouse's body, and it becomes Misha on the ground again, and she kind of sputters and coughs, and she's just like,
Oh, it worked!
oh.
I'm a genius.
Hi, Misha.
What was that? What the heck?
Wasn't me, Mishra.
We saved you. I said we saved you.
I hurt. I'm in pain.
You're human.
I am human. Well, that was very scary. I did not like that one bit.
Don't drink the punch anymore.
Fine, I will not. I will drink no punch. I will make someone else drink it before I drink anything ever again.
It could have not been the punch as well, but
Well, did any of you drink the punch? I didn't drink the punch.
Well, no, but
She marches up to Silas and snatches his little collar, and she looks at him and she says,
Oh.
"Tell me what you know."
He looks down at her like, look up. I just what's the guy's name?
Modaman.
Modaman was talking about how last year him and
Markham.
Markham spiked the punch, and we're up to some mischief, and this seems like mischief. So I thought maybe, although spiking the punch 2 years in a row, it's a bit. I would think he's a little more creative than that. But
He says, "I'm gonna beat Modaman's ass in this hunt tomorrow."
go for it.
Alternate plan: we kill Modaman and Markham, or
I don't
whatever
think
his name is.
killing anybody, but I wouldn't mind to beat him a little bit.
Kill
just like-
Modaman. Kill Modaman.
It was a hunting accident.
Kill Modaman.
It was a hunting accident.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
gosh.
I'm fired up and I'm going immediately back to sleep so I can rest up efficiently to kill him tomorrow. Good night. She very forcefully puts her head on her pillow and immediately honks shoes.
Honk shoe,
Good
honk
night.
shoe, honk shoe.
Good night, furry fellow.
You hear squeaking down the halls. I'm assuming you all continue to sleep.
Is that just like everybody else who drank the punch? Just go.
So, the evening passes and it is morning, and you hear the strange chimes ringing out once again that awaken you to the morning.
Guess it's time to go to the hunt or get breakfast at least. I'm sure that sweet old granny wants to treat us. So
Silas,
Present.
Mask told us what we do next. Is there anything?
I mean, we're here. Do you mean after this, or?
Yeah, because this is the last
Oh, yeah.
day.
Hmm,
You
no,
mentioned anything?
Haven't gotten anything yet.
Well, if he doesn't tell us, I guess what do we do? Well,
We do what we
we
want.
could just wait after talk about this.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What do we wish for if we kill? Like, we
Beach
capture-
episode.
What? What do we do if we capture the atom?
The animals.
Beast. What do we do
Uh,
if we capture that beast?
They said you could. It could grant you something, but I don't know.
What
if
what
that's
do we wish?
Wish that the
Um,
Pale Rider's dead. I don't know. Probably
Yeah,
doesn't
that'd be
work, but I don't know.
Said the
Easy
banana. But that seems like a bad.
Yeah, probably not the best. I think we should definitely discuss it before we make the wish.
sure we will.
Okay, so where do we go now?
It's back to the meeting tower.
So, you return to the meeting tower. And in the tower, you guys find that Modaman has placed some signs at different locations that say, "Hunt this way to the convening point," things like that. so you follow them appropriately. And you find that everybody is gathered together in a different room. This one seems to be more of a study of sorts, and you see that it is well decorated with different beasts from all across this area. It seems to be like a study decorated kind of in a game room style. You see some beasts from deep underground kind of mounted on the walls. You see the pelts of dire wolves, maybe from the mountains. You even see a couple trophies from things like frost giants, kind of in glass cases all around. And so at the front, you see Motaman, and he is standing on top of a small box. And since he is very small, and he says, Okay, so this is a team sport. I want everybody to sign up with their appropriate team. Of course, I will determine if your team is too OP or not, and I will balance them accordingly. So
How
come
big are
on
the
down.
teams? Oh,
It depends based on each team, okay? It depends. Some teams would be ridiculously overpowered if I let all members be a part of one, so I may or may not split you. Come on down and find out. And so he kind of gets situated at a little writing desk, and people begin to line up in pairs and in troops and whatever and sign up. And so you see Dragoth in the mix, you see Marshall in the mix, and also Motaman says, well, I hope some of last night's activities didn't cause any of you to drop out. I noticed that the numbers look a little thin. Interesting. I guess that just means the cream of the crop will be participating today.
I look at
Well.
Silas. And I go,
What? Silas is confused.
I thought it would be funny. It's okay. Continue on.
So you see Dragoth and Marshall, and you see Seely, the girl with the giant sword that talks. You see them line up, and more people. And so you guys finally all get to the front of the line, and Monaman looks around at all of you and says, looks like your whole group's here. What's up with that?
what do you mean? What's up with that?
I don't
We're
know.
not
I
supposed
heard
to?
that not everybody from each group were really participating under one circumstance or another.
And what would that be, Motaman?
I don't know. I heard a bunch of people turn into mice last night. I don't know what's up with that. Weird.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sure you
Uh,
did.
well, I guess apparently we're made of sterner stuff, so
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I guess. Well, anyway, yeah, I deem that you guys can all be in a group together.
he thinks we're that weak.
No,
All
he
right.
thinks you're that on.
Yeah, Krogan, I'm gonna put you in a team all by yourself.
No,
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
He's joking. He's joking. I'm just kidding. All right. Well,
Like, no.
all right. Well, yeah, you guys all get to be in a group together. Sorry about it, but you do. Anyway, camaraderie and stuff, right? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm on my own team, if that scares you at all.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Right,
yeah,
comes
right.
before the fall.
So
Fun.
anyway, all right. Well, since you guys don't exactly know your way around the oh, Wildcat. Anyway,
He's playing with my dice.
Ah,
we've raised our son well.
not
Cat
the
butt.
butt.
Cat butt. So anyway, since you guys don't exactly know your way around town, I've at least gifted you this list of locations kind of around town to help you find your way. So here is the list. So we got the Peace Garden, the Parliamentary Hall, the Ruins of the Sailors, the Chapel of the Astral God, the Graveyard, the Forests of Offendra, and that's pretty much it.
So this is what?
these are just some landmarks around the city and outside the city that are on limits. I'm setting a boundary for you. And so he says, now step back, take a number, take your number. You guys are a part of team number 9. And he kind of puts a little number on all of you. Pins a number to you. So this way they know that you're a part of the same team. Well, anyway, I'm about to say the rest of the rules here in a second. So he kind of runs through getting everybody checked in. And everybody gathers around. He gets back up on his little box and he says, okay, here are the rules. There are no rules. Go after each other's throats. But don't worry, I'm not going to let you die. And he kind of whistles, and out from seemingly the wall appear these like small female little pixie type creatures. And they hold these little golden staves in their hands. And he says, you see these ladies? These are my gals, Cheryl and Meryl. They're going to make sure that you guys don't die out there. And he says, you see your tags? If you look on the back of your little tag, there's a little whistle. If you blow the whistle real loud, they'll come over and heal you. They're not just going to heal you. Heal you, yeah. They're not just going to heal you if you're dying. They're going to heal you after you're dead. So go crazy.
So I have a question, Modaman. If we're healed, does that mean we're out if we die?
Yeah. Once you're out, you're out. But don't worry, you're not gonna for real die. We wouldn't let that happen. We need you guys, right? Right?
I would
Right?
hope
Yeah.
so.
Right.
So anyway, just good fun. Just good old-fashioned fun. Okay.
That's it.
Well, who's ready to find this Kieran?
Woo!
I look at Silas. I go,
That's just nods.
So the whole city is part of the boundary, and the whole mountain's a part of the boundary. So go crazy.
How many teams are there?
You see that there are 12 teams. Most of them are pairs. You see that Marshall and Sealy are a pair. Iad the Seer and Dragoth are a team. You see a couple more teams. Jacob Farrell is nowhere to be seen in any of the teams. Let's see. I think those are the main teams that you know. The rest are just people you don't really know.
They're all pairs.
Some of them are like trios or maybe quads, but you guys are definitely the largest team.
apple, oranges. I
Hmm.
get it.
And Bottoman says, don't worry, I've balanced you all out to have a fair shot.
Hey,
Go crazy. He says,
Go stupid.
so you gotta hunt the Kieran, find the Kieran, and you get whatever you get. You'll find out at the end, and that's a part of the surprise. So yeah, go crazy. And go.
Go start attacking people. No, I'm kidding.
Immediately. So everybody like looks around frantically. I hope
Kill
you're
'em all
writing
right
those
here.
locations
We can
down.
go find them.
no, we
I
didn't.
did not.
I didn't.
Okay, I'll read them again, I guess.
It's a lot.
Can you just put them in the chat?
Yeah,
Y'all
that's a
suck.
lot.
Y'all suck.
Can you just copy and
There's,
paste
like,
and just
5. But I have to
That's a
type them out
lot.
because I have all my other specifics in here too that I can't tell you.
But
Or, like,
can't you
copy
just
and
highlight
paste.
the
Copy paste.
list?
Guys, you guys suck. Hold on. You guys suck.
I think
Ah!
Kieran
that?
sucks.
Ah! Hold on.
Hey, what you can do is you can do the snip action and just snip out that one little thing and then
I
post
literally
it.
can't do that right now. Hold on.
Copy
I'll
and
just
paste it.
like
Oh my gosh.
I'm copy pasting and I'm editing.
What happened? What's happening?
We have to get the names of the kind of checkpoints or places we can look.
Yeah.
And Emma
Just some
expected us
ideas.
to write them down.
Oh,
Give me bread. Put some olive oil on it and give me bread.
Say,
Give me the bread.
please.
Please. Ow.
You guys ever picked up old stale bread and put water on it?
Never.
Get a stale like donut, you put water on it, and it's like a new donut.
Never have I ever done that. I don't think so. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Hooray! Emma's the best DM.
Parliament.
Lots of bread.
Do y'all want to go to the Peace Garden?
Take off your
Sure. Why not?
We're going to click war.
Or actually, where would a horse go? The forest?
I were a horse.
Endurance would
Real
know.
quick.
Where would I go?
Wait, Emma. No.
What? Yema has left the chat. So
Emma
now we
has
have to
left.
decide who is going to be the
I-
Gentry. Gentry will be the DM.
Uh,
Oh, she's back.
Fair enough.
What y'all
Nothing.
say?
I was gonna
Gentry is-
ask Endurance if she knew if where a horse would want to go.
He says,
Bread.
well, I would think that they would want to go somewhere wild, but it's kind of hard to say because the Kieran is naturally a very good creature. Maybe be drawn to places of goodness.
Who says that?
Like
Endurance.
Endurance. I mean, if it's a good
then-
creature, would it go to church? Worshippers of the astral god?
But the Peace Garden.
I'm down for the Peace Garden.
Who's Afentra?
Mountain.
Hmm?
Just the mountain.
The mountain's called Defendra. Okay. So Peace Garden?
Yes.
Okay. So, don't quite know where the Peace Garden is, but you enter the city. You ask around a little, and they direct you in the correct way. And so, you find yourselves walking through the city, and you kind of notice that some of the pairs kind of slip by you. You could tell that some of them are headed towards that direction as well.
Should we like kill on sight or what should we do?
I mean, considering that nobody's gonna die.
Or should we try to avoid people?
I would say let's avoid people because I think these champions are champions for a reason.
And we are
So-
not?
Well, let's just say Ottoman thinks we're not good enough to be separate, so and some of these people are only like pairs or trios.
He doesn't
Ottoman's
see us.
not-
But
And he
voice
doesn't
chat, I
like
couldn't hear
us.
you. So. I'm ready to kill on sight.
Well, I'd say let's not if we don't have to. We can just sneak. Oh, can I cast to make us sneaky? Could I cast
Pass without a trace.
yes.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Pew.
We sneaking?
I cast without a trace. I'd say we do.
I'll
So
try.
you'd get a 10 plus bonus to your dexterity checks.
That was not good. Okay, rolled the same thing twice.
Oof.
13.
Oh,
You get a
We're
plus
rolling?
10, right?
That was plus 10.
finally something good. I got a 29 with the plus 10, not adding my other stats.
So you add 10 to whatever you get.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ishra got like a 28.
What's stealth dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got like a 33 then.
Nice. What'd you get, Krogan?
20.
Nice. Okay, pretty much everybody's stealthy. Maynard, maybe not. So, you all begin stealthing through the city, and like I said, you notice some of them kind of passing. The two that seem to be heading in the same direction you are it is Marshall and the little girl with the blade on her back. So they kind of walk a different path, but you can tell they're generally heading the same direction. So you arrive in the Peace Gardens, and it's kind of surrounded by these giant marble pillars kind of going all the way around. But through it, you see these beautifully manicured kind of blue bushes, and everything kind of has an ethereal glow to it. You see fountains kind of scattered here and there, and these beautiful flowers that look kind of like hibiscus blooming all around. And up towards the center, you see a massive statue of a dwarf and an illithid shaking hands. And you see a giant tablet right underneath it. You kind of are sneaking around, and you see Marshall standing in front of the statue, kind of looking at it and examining it carefully.
Kill him now.
We notice any like hoof prints? Does this thing float above the ground? Does it leave any tracks? Could I do a check? What is checking tracks?
Tracking, survival.
Okay.
You have advantage on this, I think.
I do, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna roll and see if I can. Dang it! What is it? Wisdom with tracking? Yeah. 2, 5. Yeah, I only got a 10.
You don't see nothing.
Well, that stinks.
Watch as Marshall and Celie kind of leave the area of the statue and kind of begin venturing further into the gardens.
We could follow them.
We could, or we can move on to another area.
I think they are, right?
They seem to be venturing deeper into the garden.
They're going deeper into the gardens.
Oh, deeper into these gardens.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't see any obvious signs, but that the Kieran's here.
what is
We
it?
just got here.
The unicorn. The Kieran is the unicorn.
Oh, unicorn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'd
Well.
better follow him. I don't know.
Okay. Just let's follow him at a distance so we don't arouse suspicion.
So you walk
Good to
past
me.
this giant statue, and it's pretty massive. The stone tablet beneath it is written in a different language. You're not quite sure what it is.
Put my
And-
helmet on and read it. What does it
Uh-oh.
say?
He reads it.
Oh.
You read it, and it says, "We are grateful and thankful for the peace that exists between our two races. As we join hands to create a more perfect city, we thank the dwarves for their resourcefulness and their building craft. We thank the illithids for their immortality of mind and their infinite wisdom, and our union together to create a more perfect race."
All right. Anyway.
Give me
Let's
a
go.
little
Could I-
Arcana check.
I'm not good with magic.
Ooh, baby.
Boom.
At 20, so that's
Jeez.
25.
Jeez.
Okay. Maynard, you immediately sense like a magical presence. You kind of like sense on the ground there seem to be these like droplets of magical energy.
P.
Just take
Magic
Pete on the
exists.
statue.
There's magical pea.
Is it like a trail? Or
Yeah, kind of. Like they're kind of
Yeah.
here or there.
I see some droplets of magic.
Magic what?
Is
They
it
kind
leading
of almost
anywhere?
glow blue to you.
Let's go. This way. Is it fresh? Fresh magic?
Could
It's not
Good.
scat. Come on.
Is it warm?
Is it warm?
Yeah.
The smell weird? I don't know.
Got corn in it?
Blue?
So,
can
it's a little faded.
could I
Hmm.
send Percy to scout around, or just fly?
Sure, you can. Yeah.
I'll do that.
So you send Percy out. Is Percy gonna do a stealth check?
Shitty.
I don't know. That's your call.
Yeah, why not? So I guess he is not part of my 30-foot bubble anymore, so I'm not gonna. Percy, where's your Okay. Wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, stealth plus. I'm having to go through tabs. Wow, Percy, a teetotal of 20.
Nice.
Gosh. Alright. Percy flies high above. Up ahead, it becomes like a fungal garden, tucked beneath a cave side. You see Marshall and Seeley continue to move ahead. They don't seem to be stopping for anything, but they do seem to be looking at the ground for something. And you watch them continue through, and it looks like they move past the gardens and are on their way to an opening to a cave mouth. They continue through the cave. Percy, of course, shudders at the cave and turns around and comes back.
Shadows.
Okay. And because of the hunter's thing, and I get to use like speak with animals once a day, but I used it at night. Did it reset, or did I use up that?
Can't hear you, Emma.
You slept.
Okay, so I'll cast that again, and I'll be like Percy and relay what Percy saw.
Percy tells you, hoot hoot.
Hooty hoo. And I say, do you want to follow them? Because apparently, I think they're on the same. It seems like they're on the same trail that you found, Maynard.
All right. Let's keep going this way.
Okay.
Perception check.
Gosh. Another nat 20.
Ooh.
A nat 20, baby.
Me too.
Yeah, I also got really high.
The bristles on your neck prick up as you can sense a watchful eye. You can't really tell from which direction it's coming from, though. Just like an intuition.
All of us?
Yeah, the ones that rolled pretty high, yeah.
Does it feel close?
Feels like somebody's watching you. Don't really know from where.
Hmm.
Like can we tell, like, is it a malicious or like
Just something watchful.
dang it.
Made a really bad go out of character. Dangerous. Should be able to sense danger.
I whisper to the group, I'm like, does anybody
Oh yeah, what
think
does your
maybe-
danger sense do?
But all it does is give me a modifier on my perception
Hold on. There was something.
and dexterity.
Feral instinct. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it may let you see invisible people, but it doesn't.
Oh, that would have been pretty sick.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
What's going on, Elodia?
You feel the watchful presence disappear.
okay. All right, well, I guess we keep going. but I did feel like something was watching us.
It could be watching us. It could be right behind us.
Okay. Just be wary.
So you guys are on the tail of Marshall and Seeley.
Yeah, I'm still trying
Yeah.
to keep track of this trail.
Okay. So you continue forward, and they seem to be following the same path that you are. And it leads you to the end of the gardens, and you exit kind of another marble gateway. And you're kind of at the edge, because this place is kind of underground. You see the edge of kind of this massive stone face, and there seems to be a little entryway on the side of it. You feel a cold breeze coming from this long hallway.
Going, if this is where it's leading.
Okay, yeah. So you guys continue forward, and as you continue down the long hall, it begins to get colder and colder until eventually you see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it leads to the outside, and you are spat out into the middle of the cold, frozen woods of the mountain. You come to, it looks like a road kind of leads out this direction. It looks like you're kind of in the middle of a crossroads. And make another perception check.
8.
Oh, blah. Ugh.
17.
7.
17 and 7, huh?
I didn't
Mhm.
roll much better. 7.
Who rolled the 17?
Me, Silas.
Silas, this whole time you have felt uncomfortable, but once you enter into this
True.
clearing, you can tell that this presence is still lurking around.
I'm pretty sure we're still being followed.
Should we address it?
Just at some point.
Can we wait for a little bit? See if it leaves or stays, or
Should lead it. Crap.
Just be ready.
okay.
Sit here for 10 minutes. I can tell you.
What do you mean by that, Maynard?
Just let me know if we need to keep moving, and I start ritually casting detect magic.
Okay. So, you guys are kind of continuing down the road and everything, and it's cold out here. You're still hot on the trail of whatever this may be. And finally, 10 minutes elapse, and you guys kind of stop in the middle of the road, and Maynard, you're done ritually casting detect magic. And so
Shows any sources of magic within 30 feet of me.
you can tell there is like this glowing form that is standing probably a good like 20 yards behind you guys. And as you kind of
that
turn
it?
around and see it, it stops in its tracks.
Well, it doesn't code it in. Oh, I can see it. They can't.
What do you mean?
Like, I can see the sources of magic. Doesn't highlight for everybody to see.
Oh yeah, it's just for you.
You must tell us.
So Maynard, do you stop and look at it though?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it like stops in its tracks also once you like looked at it.
It stops.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
on.
Well, it stops and then it begins to step back
Step back.
and it begins to hide behind a tree.
Okay. Can I run after it? Try to tackle it?
So you run after it, and you can see that it is going kind of deeper into the forest, like under the shadows of the forest. And you begin to go after it, and all of a sudden, from right behind you, you feel yourself just get absolutely decked in the back of the head,
Hmm?
and you fall face forward. Well, maybe you just stumble forward. We'll say that because you're not really getting knocked prone. You stumble forward and you turn behind you, and all of a sudden you see Dragoth standing behind you with his fists at the ready. And up ahead of you, you see Ead the Seer, now taken form, no longer invisible, standing in front of you, prepared to cast a spell. So, let's roll initiative.
What?
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Let's get starting this whole time.
Ooh.
R.I.P.
bro.
Emma!
Bro,
Gosh,
Whoopsie.
bruh.
It's Krogan time.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Krogan time. You guys got here right just in time. We paused it, but we're back just in time for Krogan time. All right, so I'm gonna try to hit him with my Krogan axe.
Try to hit him with your Krogan axe.
Uh-oh, we got a 13.
Ruh-roh, that misses.
Oh god. All right. Run away. Krogan, run away.
Are you
He
running?
go. Yes. Wait, no, he'll get
Opportunity
a.
attack.
No, never mind. I take it back. Krogan, don't run away. Krogan, step.
Krogan stay.
You get 2 attacks.
Oh, I hit again. I hit again. Uh-oh. 11.
Oh no.
Monkey.
Krogan,
Alright, they both
problem.
miss.
All right.
Krogan go
Kro-
whiffs. Because Dragoth might be large, but he is quite dexterous. And Dragoth looks you in the eye. He says, "Get away from my prize." You can see like the rage of a dragon behind his eyes.
Ah.
And I look at him.
Okay. It is now Ead's turn. So Ead is going to Ead has decided to cast a certain spell. He is going to cast Mass Suggestion. So you watch as his eyes glow and he begins chanting this incantation while he stares you right in the eyeballs, Maynard.
I'm gonna go for a counter spell.
Ooh.
Okay,
Let's go.
Wait,
you go for your counter spell?
Silas is doing counter spell?
You said what?
You're going for a counter spell?
Yes.
Okay. So
What
let's
level
see.
is the spell?
It is a level
Jeez.
6 spell.
Okay. So I have to make an ability check. And the DC is
16.
16. Okay. What's my modifier on this? Do I get one?
Be your
I don't know.
charisma.
Is it
Be
my
your-
spell attack modifier?
No, it's just your charisma modifier.
Gotcha. I'll take your word. I failed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He continues
Well,
on with his mass
tried.
suggestion. All right, so
Oh.
he stares at you. He can look at up to 12 creatures that he can see. So that means all of you. And he says, "Fight each other."
Ooh.
Each target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save,
All right.
the course of
Say
action is
anything
followed.
about harming each other.
Harm
Does a
self. You
heart-
cannot harm itself. You cannot force it to harm itself, but it doesn't say anything about
Is
harming
to make
others.
the course of action sound reasonable.
You suggest a
Does
course of
sound
action and
reasonable to
magically
me.
influence up to 12 creatures of your choice. He just flopped out of his bed. I watched him just flop out of his little basket. He flopped out of it. Anyway, that's a pretty tall basket, guys. Anyway, all right. So let's see. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this, by the way. So if anybody cannot be charmed, know that. 12 creatures of your
And
choice.
all you elves.
Oh, I have
If
advantage.
you have,
Yeah.
if you have Fey
half-
ancestry, you have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So
Does that
wisdom
include
save.
half-elves?
I think you might have it.
Yeah, I
don't
think you do
know, though.
too.
You have to-
I do.
What is
yeah,
it
yeah,
called?
yeah, you do.
What is it called?
Fey
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 ancestry.
ancestry.
Okay, so he
You have
says,
advantage.
"Do not harm me. Harm each other,
Does a
for they are
19
your
pass?
enemy." Does a
So we
19
get
pass? Yes, it
advantage?
does.
Is that what I'm...
Yeah, you guys
Does
get
a
advantage.
4 pass?
Oh,
Oh, 17.
Hold on, let me see what my DC is. It's something pretty good from what I recall.
can't be that high.
What
I mean,
about a
it's
4?
pretty decent.
I think yeah.
Probably is.
Can't
that
be more
high.
than like 16 or 17, right?
But it's like 18 or 19.
Okay,
Well,
what
after
did you guys
max
get
the
again?
Stat, it can only be plus your proficiency bonus, right?
I got a 15.
Unless your
I
special
Got
stat.
17.
Okay, hold on, let me
4.
see. So DC is 8 plus your proficiency plus your modifier, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that means that the one they wrote on here was not correctly added. I think because I copy pasted it from a different spot. Okay, so let's see. 8. Okay. Maynard, you pass.
Whew. Heck yeah.
Elodia, what'd you get?
I think she said 17.
I think she said 15.
Oh, wait.
I said 17.
Oh.
Okay, Elodia, you fail. Silas, you pass.
But meets it beats it.
No, it doesn't meet it.
15?
No.
What?
It's 16. See, I told you 16.
Yeah.
You're such a Emma.
What do you mean I'm such a what?
You're
Whoa.
such a.
Jeez, Helen.
Whoa.
I'm such
Don't
a
talk like that.
so rude. We're recording this, you know.
You were rude just a minute ago. Dang it, it wasn't recording though. Y'all, she was calling us butts
I'm
and
flipping you.
stupids and flipping us off because we were
Oh.
making fun of our circle skills.
I need to
Shut up.
roll Mishra, I guess.
Yeah, roll Misha.
Well, what do I? So I
Oh,
can
she
only
failed.
hurt.
Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Stupid.
Okay.
Jorgensen?
looking-
I mean,
Was
jeez,
tweeted on us
Krogan?
when she has spells
Krogan?
like this up her sleeve. Boo.
Hi.
Boo.
I got a 4.
Yeah, you fail.
Oh,
All right,
man.
so that means next up is Maynard.
Beat the crap out of this dude. So I, with advantage, gonna attack him twice.
Why with advantage?
Because my Shadow Blade, if I'm in dim light or darkness, I have advantage. on
Oof, that
attacks.
is tough. That is sucky.
I got a nat 20.
Okay, he's gonna use support and make you take whatever he rolls for you.
Okay.
He gives you an 8.
An 8 on the dice.
Mhm.
Alright, that's still a 16 to hit.
Why, God? Why do you hate me? Why, God?
So that's the first one to hit. The second one is 23 to hit.
How do you finish him?
I didn't even roll damage.
Roll your damage.
Takes
Maynard.
17 on the first hit.
How do you finish him?
Okay, so he's casting this spell and he looks at me and I just shake my head and just smile at him and just plunge the sword straight through him. Like straight to the center of his chest
Sir.
and kick him off of it.
Oh,
And you watch as you stab him through the chest, and he like sputters up blood and coughs it right in your face. And he falls back on the ground, and you watch as his body just goes completely limp. And Dragoth like whips his head around and he goes, Ead! And he takes off his little patch and immediately like blows the whistle like and so Dragoth is pissed. And all of a sudden you see the little pixies show up and they go over to Ead and they raise their little staves and you watch as they engulf him in a glowing gold light. And his wounds begin to kind of seal themselves and he kind of coughs back to life, but he is no longer in the game.
Hmm.
He looks
are
at
we free
Maynard
of our
intently.
senses?
Yeah,
That's
you guys
what
are
I'm
free of your
reading
spell.
now.
Yeah, I think so at least.
Woo!
I would
Oh.
assume is it it's not a
Oh.
it's not a concentration spell, is it? Oh my.
Hmm.
Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys are fighting each other. Frickin' kill each other now. Alright. So with that being said, Maynard's turn is over, and it is now
Hold on,
Silas's
that was my
turn.
first hit. Can I use my
Okay.
second hit on this guy? If I
Mm.
move?
I
5,
guess.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to go right here. And so that last one was a 23 to hit. Does it hit him?
Frick you, I guess so.
So that I'm going to use my second. Okay.
17 damage on the first one.
Yeah, 17 sidekick damage.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. So it is now Silas's turn.
All right. A move up to him and smack him.
Hit him.
Blanking.
Flanking.
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 First one definitely hits 19 plus modifiers.
It do hit.
And then let's see about the second. Does an 18 hit?
I believe it do.
Oh, well, it was a 19 anyway, so let's go.
Oh, what?
It do hit, by the way.
Yay. Okay, so 13 on the first hit. And then 11 on the second hit.
Okay. Both
Yay.
hit.
Magic damage. Cool.
Magic. Alright, cool. So it is now Mishra's turn. Mishra being under the spell of the mass suggestion. Mishra will hit. Mishra will hit Silas.
No, Misha.
Shoot him!
Did we do it?
I want her to step back behind some of this stuff so she can get sneak attack damage.
Doesn't she try to like shake it off though?
Well,
Or
she
have we
won't be
already
able to
done
get sneak attack. She can get it if
Why?
she stands still and uses her
Then
bonus
do
action
that.
to steady aim.
Yeah.
She'll have advantage too.
So let's see. Mishra. Alrighty. So she can.
Okay.
So she's charmed. So she gets to. I'm pretty sure she has to do a wisdom save each round. Isn't that right? Hold on.
I don't think so.
Actually, I'm not seeing that. As long as it only ends when she gets hurt.
So stupid. This is the most stupid
So.
spell I've ever heard of.
Hmm.
So dumb.
And it lasts for 24 hours, so no chance of it ending anytime
That's
soon.
so
All right, she's attacking Silas with her sneak attack. Go for it, Maynard. Freaking hit him.
Okay, I rolled poorly. 14 to hit.
Nope.
I promise I'm being honest. I rolled a 6 and a 7 on my advantage.
You're purposefully bamboozling me.
You can roll if you want to, but you can come see
I
the 7
will.
over here.
I'll roll
Nope,
for
not
myself
this
next time. Next time I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, screw that. But it is now Dragoth's turn.
And the illusion is still there.
Yeah, he's pissed though, and he's surrounded by all you guys. So he's throwing hands at actually, no, he's not throwing hands. He will be teleporting 60 feet away.
Stop.
See. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
The
40,
creature's here.
45. I know. So he's trying to get he's got to teleport to another shadow, so like right here. And so he
Okay.
is going to use his action to investigate it this time. And
He
let's
makes
see.
an investigation check.
All right. I think he fails it, honestly. Man, rolling poorly over here
Pretty good.
tonight. Let's see.
This guy's dumb.
He is dumb, actually. Yeah, he's pretty stupid, actually.
Punchy punch.
He is stupid. He got a 5.
Oh yeah, it fails.
He says,
Beginning of the
"Come
game
here,
where it's like, oh,
unicorn."
yes, dude, boom.
Yes, animal.
I win.
he walks up to it. He says, he looks up in the air and he says, "Monoman, I have the unicorn. The game is over." And he lets out a dragon roar into the air. Okay, it is now gonna be Elodia's turn again. Elodia, you failed by the
Well,
way, so you're hurting someone.
Yeah. You don't need to remind me that, Emma.
She kills
Oh, I know.
Percy.
Probably kill Percy now. I'll probably shoot for. Probably. I might
Who's
do
closest to
Krogan.
you? Who's closest to you?
Mishra. I
Dare
don't
you.
want to aim for Mishra.
Ooh.
Oh, but you'll
Guess
but
I'm
you'll
aiming.
shoot Krogan.
It would probably be
You'll
Misha,
shoot
right?
Krogan.
It would be
close.
Misha.
Or would I?
Oh wait,
Okay.
would it be too
So
close
I
to aim
guess
with the
I'll-
bow though?
No, she's not within 5 feet of her. She's 10
Alright,
feet
shoot
away.
Misha.
Yeah.
Frickin' shoot her.
Alright, here we go.
Kill her.
Kill her.
Oh,
By
oh, wait, I
Elodia's
rolled the wrong
hand.
thing. Or does a 16 to hit?
16.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't end the spell though. I hope you guys know.
It does when she takes damage.
No, it doesn't. It says if you or any of your companions
does.
damage a creature affected by the spell ends for that creature.
That's assuming that you were the one that cast it.
He had casted it, so unless she gets hit by Dragoth, it doesn't end. Read the
Okay,
spell.
That's why I don't
What's the
think
spell
spell
called?
is to attack your friends.
What's the spell called?
He wasn't
The
y'all's
best
friend.
Suggestion.
Mass
Mass
suggestion?
suggestion.
Gore.
If you or any of your companions. So is Elodie not considered his companion at this point?
No.
Okay. So they're gonna be like this forever then, unless Dragoth hits them for the rest of the day.
Maybe.
That doesn't make sense.
Unless
But
he
it says-
stops it.
He can't stop it.
Guess it could. You're right. This is a weird spell. But go on.
That's why I
tell
don't
her.
think it's supposed to be used this way.
Look it up, rules lawyer. And in the meantime, Elodia hit Mishra.
Hang on, I want to see the spell. I'm reading.
Y'all are a bunch of chumps. Give me the drama. I want the
The
drama.
spell ends when the subject finishes what it asked to do. So you said attack each other. So did
Oh,
he
yeah.
specifically say
point.
attack for the whole fight or just one time?
I'll give you that one. He said harm each other. So I'll give you that. If you harm her once, then that means it's over.
All right. Well, let's
For
see
you.
what this. So does a 16 hit?
Maynard, what's her AC?
It hits. It hits.
All right. Let's roll damage. Would I? Okay, I forgot to move Hunter's Mark. Would I have moved it to her at this point?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Alright.
Evil. And you gotta hit her freaking twice. Because that's a
damage.
full thing. 19. Bang. Bust her with
I
an arrow.
can't, but can't I? Hold on. But can't I move my like? Can't I attack different
No,
creatures?
you
with
can't
that's
move your
two
hunter's
hit?
mark. Your hunter mark is still
I
on
know I-
Dragoth. You can't move it unless he's dead.
Okay.
I thought I could move it.
No, it's only if you kill him. Then you could move to another
Oh,
creature.
That's right. Okay, then it's only 14 damage.
Okay.
But
Hit her
like, I'm
again.
asking with like, no, can't I hit like two different creatures with the multi attack?
Mhm.
So if I like hit her once, and the spell breaks, can I aim it back on Dragoth?
I would think so.
Dragon Man? That's what I would think.
Emma.
Your logic is sound.
Because I'm not firing two. I'm not firing two arrows simultaneously at the same time.
Your logic is sound. Hit Dragoth.
Okay. We hit Dragoth.
Wah.
Okay.
Wah! Elodia, though, you have drawn your arrow on Mishra. You release your arrow and you hit her. And the second that she is struck by your arrow, you've lost the charmed effect. You realize what you have just done, and you see Mishra standing there with
Yeah.
an arrow in her body, released by you, by your hands. You turn around and
In
you aim your
my
second
agony.
arrow at Dragoth.
How much damage did Mishra take?
14.
She's gonna use Uncanny Dodge to half it.
Yay.
Rats!
I shout or I yell in frustration and anger, but I only rolled an 8 to hit.
You miss him!
That was bad. That was like a nat 1, technically, actually.
Sucker. Okay.
I'm disgusted
All
with
right.
myself right now.
It is now Rogan's turn. Rogan time.
About to get down and dirty.
Krogan, you're hitting one of your friends
Krogan.
too, because you failed. You're hitting Silas, I
oh, yeah,
believe.
Yep. But I'm gonna hit him with a dagger.
What? No, you gotta hit him with your axe. That's what you had.
But
Go
I have
full
daggers.
And
force. here.
also, I will say, Matt
Uh-oh.
Suggestion says if you or any of your companions damage a creature affected by the spell ends for that creature. So it's not just the spellcaster.
Yeah, I know. But Dragoth hasn't hit any of the charmed people yet.
It's talking
Okay.
from the point of view of the player. is
Yeah.
the thing.
Which I am the player of Ead.
Oh,
Duh. My companion is Dragoth, so
Why
Dumb.
that doesn't make sense.
it totally makes sense. I'm a DM and I can use a spell too, so I'm using my spell to advantage my people. Otherwise, I wouldn't have used it. So
you're
Krogan,
sounding
hit
a lot
Silas.
like
like
Stop it.
Cartman.
yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. So I'm
Damn
gonna use whatever
Oh.
I can do at my disposal.
I hope it misses. For your sake.
For
Dude,
your sake.
unfortunately, got a 24.
Yeah. If he hits me, he's
Oh.
taking 20
Oh
damage.
yeah.
Why?
Wait, what?
There's a hard
Armor
Okay.
of Agathis.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
24. 24.
What kind of damage is
Well,
it?
that'll hit
5 damage. 5 damage.
ice or cold or something.
24. This is 24 hit.
Yeah, it does.
5 damage.
5
Did you
damage?
add
Okay.
Did you add your strength modifier, Sawyer,
Yeah. I mean,
to
wait,
the
what?
damage?
I thought my strength modifier is like 4, right?
So
So yep, it was 5. It was
Oh,
5
so we
damage.
rolled
add your
1d8.
rage bonus.
Didn't have rage bonus. So that'd be 8.
Yeah, you take 20 cold damage.
You can half it though.
Is that HD?
Halved.
What's HD?
Oh, you only take 10.
Nice.
What you mean? It's half? It was 24. That means it's,
No,
No, it was
no,
20.
it's just, okay. Yeah, I took 2
Hurt
hits.
each
But I
other.
dealt 8. But that means that
Your
that
guy's
Silas
already
is out of it.
dead. I was never in it.
The spell ends for Krogan now since he harmed somebody.
What? Sorry, man.
It's okay. I gave you a little lashback. You're fine.
Yeah, just a little. I feel off.
I
A
feel
little chilly.
terrible. A little cold.
It's so cold. Why am I never dressed for these situations?
Is it my
You
Uh,
think I
turn?
would have learned?
It is now Maynard's turn.
I think the key thing was making it sound reasonable.
Well, he said that the other people were the enemies, so screw you and play the game. It's your turn.
So, screw
Alright,
you
Dude,
and play the game.
so he's how far away?
I'm leaving.
Gosh, Emma, you're so mean right now.
That's difficult terrain, buddy.
You call yourself Emma, but really you're a demon.
So I'm gonna go.
So, screw you.
10, 15, 20,
I'm
the game.
30.
Play the game right. Play the game.
I'm gonna cast. Yeah, I'll just cast Firebolt at him.
Is that a projectile?
Fireball.
Fire.
It's
What the-
fire.
Fine.
Flying ball
Jeez,
of fire.
Emma.
Uh,
Fire.
Oh my goodness.
well, come at me then.
Oh no, I'm not. I get there and shooting out from my hand, you see this like chain of lightning just reach out at him, and I cast lightning lure at him,
Oh no.
Oh, shiny.
and he has to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Let's see what his strength is. From my memory, it's not very good.
So jacked.
I know he is.
Oh, they-
Okay. Actually, he gets a 19.
Dadgummit. Okay. That misses.
Screw you.
So if I had
Oh,
something to throw at him, I could, but I can't.
Somebody has the zoomies over here.
Yeah,
I
I'll
know he does.
say.
He's been running
Jeez.
around.
Zumi's making us want to be in pain.
What?
Talking about the cat, Elodia.
He's trying to redirect it at you, Diego.
Alright, I'm just gonna stay there then.
Armin, what are you doing, man? You're scaring me. Okay.
I've never played a game like this with everybody just absolutely getting mad.
A lot of rage in this session. A lot of rules
Too many
lawyering. A lot of you have suddenly become rules lawyers, haven't you? Interesting.
We're having to turn into lawyers with all this nonsense. Gonna have to
Yeah, read the
look into the
text.
legalese.
Ah,
Actually have to read.
Alright.
okay, it is now Silas's turn.
Expecting us to
Whoa.
write down locations. Well, now let us read spells.
I don't read.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to
Wow.
both.
10. Let's go 10. And then let's go.
Difficult
Um,
terrain. That's difficult terrain. Okay.
I am aware. Wait, 10. Man,
Man,
dumb maps.
stupid.
Stupid maps.
It's stupid.
I'll just. He still thinks that the unicorn is real, so that's gonna take another action or something, right?
Yeah, he still thinks it's real, but he's still gonna fight you for it.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Well, I'll just cast an Eldritch Blast.
Ooh. Ah.
Yep. Miss.
Ooh,
Uh,
loser.
The second though. So at least there's that.
Say what now?
Second one hits for 10.
10. That also misses.
No. It hits for 10.
Wait. Why? Wait. It doesn't auto hit, does
Huh?
it? What was that? I'm confused. What are you saying?
No, okay. I rolled
Help.
a 26 to hit, and then I
Oh, so
rolled
you're
damage.
saying it hit. I see. Okay,
Yes,
I'm tracking what you're
it
saying.
hit
Okay.
for 10.
You're saying it did
Yeah.
hit. You're telling me it hit, but how do you really know it hit?
Well,
How do you
okay.
really know?
Does a 26 hit?
It does, but you didn't know that until I just told you. So.
Fuck out of my face. Out of my face.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It is now Mishra's turn. She's still under the spell.
Absolute carnage.
She's
She
gonna
got
shoot
hit.
somebody. But that doesn't mean she's still under the spell until she harms
Oh,
someone.
crap.
Duh.
Yep.
Pay attention. Respect my authority.
Jeez.
Go.
I want you to know we're about to kill your character. How do you
Wait,
feel
what?
about that?
Wait, what do you mean? You don't know anything.
We're about to murder this Dragonborn.
No, you're not. You're not gonna do anything.
We're gonna slice them up into pieces where they can't even salvage
And
them.
when they pick him up, we're gonna kill him again.
No, wait a minute. No way. You
Infinite
wouldn't.
death loop.
No, we're not gonna blow the whistle when he dies.
Oh my
No, we will.
gosh.
And kill him and do it again and do it again.
And we're gonna kill the healer fairy too.
You guys have become evil. Okay, well, go ahead and see what Mishra will do to hurt somebody else, okay? Because she's still gotta hurt somebody. So she's gonna shoot Elodia.
Ooh.
Alright. You
Shoot
gonna roll?
her.
Or you
Wait,
want me
she'll
to roll?
wait, make her shoot whoever she can get sneak attack on. Who can she get sneak attack on?
Anybody if she stays still.
She will get
Because she'll have
Elodia.
advantage.
She's shooting Elodia. Let me roll. Advantage. Are you freaking kidding me?
Emma just takes over.
Okay. She got a 19.
Mm.
To hit me? I
Yes,
think that do hit.
it do. In
Yeah.
fact, get her, Maestra, get her.
Give me roll damage.
Yes, because I don't know how.
Oh dang. Ooh, I'm rolling really well. You take 27 damage.
Oh.
Was any of that elemental?
No,
Perchance?
all nursing.
There's a
Jeez.
hole in her
You
stomach
said
now.
27?
27.
So
Get-
stupid.
Riggedy,
Emma, I hope you're
riggedy,
happy.
wreck. I am
I hope you're
happy. I wish you got
happy.
hurt more. I wish you got hurt more.
I'm very much. Wait. Oh, wait. 45 minus what? 27?
Uh-huh.
27.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Oh my. Jeez. Gosh.
Mishra shoots you, and immediately her spell ends, and she watches as you have been pierced multiple times. And she looks
Yeah.
at you and she says,
I coughed
Eladia,
up.
what happened? And she looks down at herself and she has an arrow in herself, and she's like, Eladia, did you shoot?
I coughed a little bit. That I said an eye for an eye. I'm so sorry.
She says, you shot?
You just shot me. I'm sorry.
Did
Can't hear.
Did not.
I'm like, the proof's in the pudding. I've got like an arrow like stuck out of my chest, right in the middle.
Anyway,
I'm
I don't know
so
about any
sorry.
pudding. You shot me, and it is now Dragoth's turn. Dragoth is going to do another, and like he says, Monoman, the game is over. And he's gonna do another investigation check of this thing.
Okay.
What does he have to get?
Tell me what you get.
A
Look who's in
failure.
power now.
Haha.
He failed.
What do
And
you
he
get?
looks around. He got a 9. 'cause he's
Stupid.
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 He's stupid. He's not that stupid. He's just
He's
not that
smart.
smart either. And currently my roll 20 is not. Oh, there it is. There it is. It was not loading a second ago. Oh, there it is. And now it's really far away, and I can't see anything. Oh no. Well, he's gonna use his little teleportation ability to get the heck away from you guys again. So please put him in a location that is 60 feet away in the shadows and not close to you guys, because I cannot right now.
Very far away.
Pretty far, yeah. As far as he can get.
I can't move him. I don't think any of us can move him.
Okay, well, pretend he does. And because my
Where
thing
would
has
he
frozen
go? Yeah.
far. And then it is now Elodia's turn.
Well, is he in my line of sight?
I mean, probably so.
I'll just move here. And
Why is this not loading? That makes me mad.
and I'll aim for him. And with my arrow, and we'll see if the first attack hits. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I guess I lost my hunter's mark because Mishra hit me.
You
Ooh.
Can I
could roll a Constitution saving
Constitution.
throw.
Okay, let me see what that
So
does.
I think you would just. No, you'd need to get 13 or higher.
Yeah, I failed it.
Okay, so yeah, you lost it.
Ooh.
Could I cast it? Well, I guess the arrow's already flung, but I'll cast it in between. Okay, so 22 to hit.
It's.
Okay,
What's the damage?
19 damage. I rolled
He's
wheel.
taking 11 of that off.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark because I forgot to, and then I'm gonna hit him with my second attack.
Okay, so you said how much damage was the first one? Sorry about that.
19.
So he's only gonna take 8 of that. Okay, and then the second one you're doing with Hunter's Mark, go for it.
18 to hit.
That also hits.
Yes. No, 10 damage. I rolled bad.
Bro is still kicking. He's coughing though, and he's like, "Mom!" Alright. It is Krogan's turn.
Alright. Going into the territory. I'm gonna. Oh, is this guy still alive? The guy up to the top right?
He's not really in the game anymore.
Okay. We're going straight to him. 5, 10, 30. Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet.
Okay.
Go for him. Are you gonna attack him?
Where's he at?
Well,
Is he still there?
let's just say he's within he's within range, I would say, because I mean he tried to escape, but also he's trying to stick close to that unicorn and stuff.
Hmm.
Let's do this right here.
Ooh.
Hold on. We gotta make it a moment. We gotta make it
Okay.
a moment.
Oh.
Go, Krogan.
It's Krogan's song.
That's so low.
Broken has a critical hit of 27.
Whoa!
Not, I don't know. It's a critical hit, but it's definitely
So turn the music down.
the damage.
So you
Oh wait, I figured it out. Hold on.
Go.
Wait.
Go.
you double all the dice
I got it.
damage and then add the pluses.
Okay.
Figured out how to
3
fix
plus
it.
4. Okay, it's much better. Okay. Well, it's 3 plus 4 as far as damage is concerned, right? And then I hit.
So you double what you get on the dice.
Okay, so it'd be 6 plus 4, so 10.
Yeah. And then your
How do you
rage.
kill him?
Oh
How do
yeah.
you kill him?
I'm going to take out his knees, both of them, and then just go straight. I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna hit, horizontal, and then I'm gonna go vertical, straight to the head like this,
Yeah.
Jake.
and his head's just gonna burst and bloody, but just like you hit a bloody balloon. It's gonna be awesome.
Wow. Krogan goes ham on Dragoth. He absolutely like skull splits. There is like blood everywhere. His legs obliterated. This man is a bloody pile of mess.
Mm.
And Iad looks at Dragoth and looks up at you guys. And he pulls off his patch and he goes like blows the little whistle thing very rapidly. And you just see like Krogan standing over the body of Dragoth, like beating his chest, and he's just like absolutely. He is hella raged right now, and he is bloodthirsty. So, all of a sudden the little pixies show up, and they like show up by Dragoth's side, and they like look at him, and then they like look at Krogan, and they're like wide-eyed, and they're just like, "Oh, we gotta do something!" And so they like pull out their rods really fast, and they're like,
It's the only one they
helicasted.
can't bring back.
They're like trying to helicast right now. And so they like look up at you and they're like,
What?
Too
they're like,
high.
what did you do? And so, can you
Did
hear
you
me say
do?
anything? What did you do?
There you
And
go.
they're just like trying to cast all their healing magic, and they start to mend his head back together. And Dragoth kind of starts to come to, and he's like, what happened? Oh, my head hurts so bad. He looks up at Krogan, and Krogan, your rage and your bloodlust is starting to kind of get better now that it's been quenched.
Uh-huh.
He stands up and looks at you, and you guys are both about the same height, just these two hulking creatures, beastly creatures staring at each other. And he extends an arm like this.
And then I cut it off. I'm just kidding.
Whoa!
We weren't joking.
No. No, and then I put my hand up to do it, and then I just slap him in the face.
He looks at you and he like is very disappointed and puts his hand slowly back down by his side.
Yeah.
And he turns around and he kind of looks to the side, just with his back towards you guys, and he says, "It seems you have bested us." And he just begins to walk off. And Ead kind of looks at you guys, and he like looks at Krogan with very wide eyes, and he also gives a glance to Elodia. He nods and he starts to walk away with
He walks
Dragoth.
away. I reach my hand out, say, "Good game." Shake his head.
He looks at you and he just kind of gives you a look and keeps walking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm genuine. Maynard's genuine when he
Yeah,
says
but
that.
he's not. He doesn't think you are, so he's walking away, man. Well, that just happened. And Mishra like walks up to Krogan and looks at him. She's like, "You just killed that guy.
And then came back.
Bad."
Yeah.
Like you killed him bad.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my.
It-
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to
Yeah.
kill him again, but then I just slapped him. I didn't
Wow.
realize.
I'm glad you didn't.
It would have been. Admit it. It would have been pretty cool if I had.
That would have been terrible, Krogan.
But awesome.
Maybe. I mean, I know
Yep.
I said all that kill stuff earlier, but I don't know if I really meant it like you did.
I think you did just a little bit, maybe.
I don't know the demons that lurk inside me.
Gosh.
Well, what's next?
Well, I mean, should we keep going?
Hunting down a unicorn.
Do we need to rest? Is
and
everyone
following the
okay?
bee. Oh.
Oh,
I'm okay.
should we take a short rest?
Well, I
Yes.
got shot.
Probably. I got shot too.
I
Elodia
have no
shot
more
me.
spells.
Misha shot me. Misha, we're even.
My
Please.
brain.
You shot me.
You shot me. I'm sorry. It was a
You shot me.
spell.
A lot. It hurts
Just
really
one-
bad.
No, just once, Mishra. Just once.
I'm
and
cold.
I'm sorry.
You all were
Understood.
mind controlled. I don't know
Me-
how it worked that way, but somehow that spell.
Silence made me cold.
Silas made me cold.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you made yourself cold because you don't wear the appropriate clothing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I need to take a short rest.
I
Yes.
will also. Yes.
All right.
How many hit point die do we get for short rest? 3?
You have as many as your level,
Sweet.
and each time you roll one, you get to add your Constitution modifier too.
Yes.
So where are you guys like camping out? You guys just camping out right here? Are you gonna find a spot?
Well, those people that went deeper will probably end up coming back. So we should maybe move to the side or something.
Agreed.
So you guys kind of find a spot to camp a little deeper in the woods off the beaten path.
We get the short rest.
Yeah, you guys kind of make a small little area to chill for a minute, and you guys take a short rest. Anything you wish to discuss during the short rest?
I'm sorry, Silas, for hitting you.
It's okay. It didn't hurt that much.
I mean, it could have hurt a little bit.
Yes, I think you I think you subconsciously took it easy on me.
Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate that. I did not have control over how hard I hit back, but
Yeah, it was nothing.
it's just a cool breeze.
Yep.
You see icicles on Krogan's chest hair.
Yeah. Just cold breeze.
Just a little chilly.
Just a little chill, small chill.
Small.
And with that, you guys decide to take your break and rest yourselves before whatever you may face next on Modeman's Great
27
Hunt.
damage from Mishra. So
That was pretty bad, actually. So,
horrible.
okay. And with that, I will say this is where we will end for this evening, and we will pick up the rest of the hunt on the next session. Bye.